3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
100% to this date. Yep. So here we go, man. We are live, yeah. EJ Boxing Live, and we are back, man. And we're gonna talk one of the biggest upset, for since maybe Anthony Joshua and Usyk, if you could call that upset. Sandor Martin beats Mikey Garcia in a stunning upset. And if I knew that was going to be an upset, I didn't know how much it was underdog, but he was a huge underdog domestically. Came back, and here we go. Dynaman just jumped in. What's up, Dynaman?
What's happening?
All right, man. So we're live here with Dynaman. So, Dynaman. So, look, I was just saying about one of the hugest upset that we've seen in recent times, probably since AJ lost to what's his name again, Usyk, yeah. We was talking about it like the day before, and we was like, okay. And I was saying to Sandy, I've seen him. He's a very tricky guy. You know what I mean? Southpaw. You know, Mikey was off for long, but I thought Mikey would probably be enough to stop him because he's seen southpaws, good southpaws. You know what I mean? What went wrong, and what was your take on hearing about this upset or seeing it live? Did I watch it live? I watched it. Yeah, go ahead. No, I fell asleep. I watched it next day. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, first things first, thanks for having me on. And second, Usyk and Joshua, I wouldn't call that a major upset. If anybody who was surprised that Alexander Usyk beat Joshua, then you haven't watched Alexander Usyk.
To the UK fans, yeah, yes, trust me, bro. To the fan base, yeah, go ahead.
No, I didn't say nothing. Go ahead.
No, I was saying to the fans in the stadium, not to hardcore boxing fans. That's an upset. Like there's like yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But I think the reason why Mikey took this fight because this is an unknown guy from Spain. He hasn't fought anyone on world level. No one that's notable on his record. He just pretty much. He's pretty much just went from regional competition to world level, and just like that. And I think the reason why he was brought in because I know just to offset the fact that Mikey was, is coming off a very, very, very long layoff, almost 2-year layoff, and I think he's prepping up. He was prepping up for a Regis Prograis clash because you have to look at that because they were talking about that fight for a while now, and that fight fell through. I think Prograis has blamed Garcia's team for that fight to collapse. But I think the plan is for Mikey just to get his shake off the ring rust, fight against a southpaw. If you're gonna fight against a southpaw like Prograis, you're gonna have to fight someone who's unknown, who has somewhat of a similar southpaw style. To be fair though, Prograis doesn't move like Sandor Martin does. He's not that fast footed. I mean, not saying he doesn't have bad footwork. He has decent footwork. He puts more onto his shots because he fights more off his lead front foot. But other than that, it was unexpected, man. And I know a lot of people try to score the fight closer for Mikey, but Mikey didn't win no more than 3 rounds on my card. He clearly lost that fight. And anyone to sit there and say it was a close fight, I don't know. I'll watch it again, but I didn't see a close fight. Mikey didn't land any meaningful punches, maybe 1 or 2 meaningful punches in the fight. That's all he did. And he just looked lost in there, man. And I think someone brought up a good point. I think it was Joe Beef who brought a point up earlier today, or somebody did. Shout out to Joe Beef. But what happens is that Mikey Garcia, here's a guy who I think is complicit now. And to be fair, we knew he was kind of complicit before the Errol Spence fight because Mikey said himself that he didn't want to continue the sport any longer. He's going to make as much money as he can and get out. So the Errol Spence fight was a writing on the wall for me. We all knew he didn't really much have a chance to win that fight. He went up from 135 to 147 to take it, got dominated, nearly got stopped in that fight. Then after that, he fights Jesse Vargas for $7 million. And now he's fighting Sandor Martin for what, $4 or $5 million? So he's been getting big paydays after that Errol Spence fight. So it's like, and he's fighting guys like Jesse Vargas and Sandor Martin for the same amount of money, or if not more. I don't get it. So Where does he go from here? I mean, I guess that's the next question. I don't know. What do you think?
Boy, you bring a big point. Yeah, he been in the silk sheets, eating nicely, and you could tell like up and down the weights. And there's no what's the reason why he was inactive? I mean, I remember he was inactive because of Bob Arum. So he said, in terms of the contract, he didn't want to fight to get to Al Heyman. So he sat out for the longest just to get to Al Heyman, and then he got to Al Heyman to leave Al Heyman leave Al Heyman. Now you're with the Zone. So I talked to Mikey. I remember I talked to Mikey a couple of times, and he's never been in love with boxing like that. You know what I mean? He boxes because it's a family tradition, but I don't think he overly loves the sport. And you can see it in his ambition. I give fair credit to Mike. He actually thought he won the fight. They actually thought they was winning the fight. I was like, how come? What's going on with your brother to make you feel like you won the fight? He goes, oh, fair play. The judges didn't see it. I thought the judges saw it the wrong way. I was like, Mikey, like, what's going on here? Like, you got that gassed up that you think you're gonna do the limited and you're still winning the fight. So in my mind, it's like if this brother wasn't telling him he was losing the fight, then I don't know what's going on in the corner. Furthermore, yeah, they're making money, but up and down the weights. I remember they were to purchase I remember he wanted Lomachenko and some other guys, but I don't know. I think he fell out of love with boxing because Mikey on his game should easily be able to beat an unknown person who hasn't beat him. But this is why we love boxing. If you don't turn up to fight, and another thing as well, he was active. You know what I mean? He's been active. That Sandor he beat one of Xavier Miller's K Prosper coming in. I saw him being that fight, and I thought that would be a good fight for the European. So he's been a European level. European level is the highest you can get, honors you can get over here before you challenge for a world title. And he's knocked off one of the top guys who was inactive. So if you really think about a guy who's active and a guy was inactive, and he's a southpaw and a tricky southpaw at that, you had to be on your P's and Q's. Is Mikey going to ask for a rematch? I'm not too sure because to fight this guy, and he was in his home. It was in California. Everyone was there. I see the Diaz brothers. Everyone was there. It was supposed to be a party, fireworks. The Zone are going really downhill because they're trying to make a star with their roster. And every time they try and build a star, it keeps not working.
I know,
bro.
it keeps crashing. It's like AJ, and then he crashed and burned in New York. Then now you got Mikey. He crashed and burned on the Zone. Now, I mean, then Canelo's no longer there. Golovkin doesn't want to fight, or they're not allowing him to fight unless he takes on a credible opponent. Golovkin wants to try to milk that contract to fight easy fights. That's what he's trying to do. It's like. We all criticize Triller for the way they've operated and the way they've managed things, but the Zone needs equal criticism as well. You know what I mean? They're just not saying they're mismanaging their money, but they're just miscalculating how they're funneling, how they're spending their dollars here, their budget here. They're just miscalculating it.
Yeah, and giving them too much.
I know you're giving these guys too much for easy fights that nobody wants to care to see. And I know the whole plan is, okay, let's give these guys a couple easy tune-ups. We know we're not going to make money off those fights, but once we give them those tune-ups, then they'll go ahead and get into fights that we want them to see. And it's just like not working. Golovkin, like I said, I have to keep bringing him up, but I think the Zone, this is one of the main reasons why the Zone is in a bit of a financial struggle right now. I'm not saying they're like going broke or anything like that, but what I mean by struggles, I mean they're just having challenges of keeping their budget afloat with boxing because of guys like Gennady Golovkin, the Canelo contract, what they tried to restructure, and they lost a lot of money on that contract. Let's not get it twisted. They did. That's why they tried to get Canelo. They tried to restructure it so Canelo would get paid less, and he wasn't having it. So, but anyhow, my point is, where does Mikey go from here? I mean, could he rematch Martin? He can, but does he really want to continue, man? Because he looked like a guy who didn't want to be there, man.
He didn't want to be there, man. I've seen Roberto Duran lose to what's his name again? Kirkland Land, right? I've seen Julio Chavez. He lost to guys that he was supposed to lose to, right? And I'll say to myself, I look in this situation and it's like, yo, bro, like I don't know where your hunger's at, bro. You know what I mean? Like, where was your game plan? The left hook, Mikey looked like he just started boxing, bro. The guy just completely was schooling. It's like your foot was on the wrong side. Yeah, when Mikey hit, he had a bit of power. The work rate wasn't there. Mikey wanted someone to be standing right in front of him to be working, but I don't think Mikey's in love with the game no more, man. I honestly didn't see the passion. I didn't see the passion no more, man. And and the guy just kept working rounds, and he got confident as the rounds going. Like, yo, this is easy. You know what I mean? He started opening up, and I was like, wow, he's opening up, and he's not really a big puncher. And Mikey, and the thing is, remember that was a big stage for Mikey in front of his home people, and you didn't turn up, yo, bro. Like that's hurt. That hurt, bro. Like so.
Yeah, and that's a natural event too. So I know Eddie Hearn's not happy about that, the way that went down. But needless to say though, you forgot to include James Toney because he lost fights that he wasn't supposed to lose.
Yeah.
He's another guy. Yeah. Go ahead.
My man Ed Caff in the cat, he said Mikey had a little success, but the fire's gone. See, everyone's saying the same thing, Dan. You know what I mean? He ain't got the passion of what it takes. He's still. Mikey was a name, but that's a long. What was that? Was that 2 years because of the corona? He's inactive, and and then he's inactive over Bob Arum at the time. He was on a nice little run until they took the money to fight Errol Spence. Like Mikey was looking for a big payday and a big thing, and now he's in the money. Like you say, he got a big contract right now with the Zone, and he's eating up the money. But bruh, like these guys, you give them that much money, they don't want to fight no more. Like why do I need to fight when you gave me money? Like these guys have to earn the right. But the Zone just gave no money, and they're just spending money. And these guys, I mean, he said to Eddie Hearn, "Give me an easy European fighter, because I know you got some Euro bums over there. I got one for you." Yeah. If anyone knows anything about boxing, that guy is a good, solid, difficult southpaw. I should have put money. I remember we was talking the day before.
It's funny you bring that up. It kind of makes you wonder, it makes you question what in the world is Eddie Hearn doing with his matchmaking? Because every time he seems to bring these guys in, these unknown guys who you think that they should be easy touches for his prime, for his prime fighters, they get whooped or they get schooled. Like with Josh Warrington and what's that guy's name? Mauricio Lara. Yeah, Mauricio Lara. It's like that situation, man. Then you have the Louis Rickson and the who'd he lose to? What's that Mexican guy name? But anyway, it's like he's matchmaking. I don't know. It's like he has a curse when it comes to these matchmakers, man. It seems like when he puts these, it seems like he has more success when he put these fighters up against, war level competition because they're more driven to fight. But it's like when you give them easy touches, these guys lose unexpectedly. I don't know what's going on with that, but anyhow, Mikey, like I said, dude, don't be surprised if he doesn't fight anymore. I'm not saying he's going to retire. I'm just saying don't be surprised because he didn't want to. It looked to me he didn't want to fight. He's getting a big money for a meaningless fight. Who cares if I win or lose? I don't give a fuck about the sport anyway. To be fair, I hate to say this. I will say this though. This is a guy who's accomplished a lot who didn't give a fuck. Yeah. You could say he overachieved based off his demeanor and attitude. Let's just be honest.
Why? It shows you in boxing you can turn up, but if you ain't about it, then that's what it is. I mean, you want a Euro bum because really and truly, if Mikey, if they're picking opponents, if his brother and his dad are picking opponents, then pick a good opponent, man. You know what I mean? Pick a decent opponent that you can get up for. Why are you picking a difficult southpaw? It was your showcase for you to come back. Why you you could have picked another Mexican fighter to stand in front of you for your fans. I
think the reason why they chose the southpaw because I think they were gearing up for the Regis Progress fight. That's what I'm saying.
But why you just fight Regis Progress? You know what I'm saying? Why you
coming off a 2-year layoff. You really want to go in there against a guy who actually fought not too long ago?
I think if you do, that means like you're trained for it. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying you're more likely gonna be up for it because he wasn't up for it. My man said in the chat, he said he been drinking too much sodas, man. Like he ain't Mikey ain't a fight,
bro.
Know
what? I think think about it. Part of the reason why the pro race fight didn't come off because Mikey's got some weight issues. Let's be honest. He's blowing up the weight after fights. He's not in good shape. He's working hard to get back down the weight. I think D-Stop brought this up, so he should go down to 140. I'm like, even if he does that, can't even make the weight because the dude's been blowing up ever since the Spence fight. I don't think I don't know if he can get down. He probably can, but is he really motivated anymore? I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't think the guy has it anymore. Like I said, don't be surprised if he retires. That's all I gotta say. Will we care? I mean, I don't know, but me personally, I wasn't clamoring for Mikey Garcia for this fight. I'm just being honest. I didn't even care. I forgot it even took place.
Yeah, I don't care about Regis. Why you just go straight in? I think he got a southpaw because I think he was getting ready for Josh Taylor. I mean, you say Regis Pro. I think it was Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor's southpaw. But what I'm saying is that
that'd be a big money fight.
I personally think if you're gonna take them fights there, because Mikey, at a certain age at a certain level, there's certain fights you can't get up for. But it's like, who's this guy? What is it? Now, because Mikey was celebrating, there was fireworks and shit. I've seen that with Corey Spinks when he was gonna fight Zab Judah. I've seen it with Michael Nunn when he's gonna fight James Toney.
Ricardo Mayorga. Yeah,
always showcase these fights. Yeah, they're coming out like a party. Like, yo, this is gonna be easy. Like, oh, my phone fight, I'm gonna let loose and this. Whatever you think you're gonna get, man. But I don't know. Mike has a chance to select some opponents. And you could have picked a guy in there. You picked the worst guy, a guy who was active. I mean, his brother. I mean, the blame goes to his family and his brother. And his brother never told him he was losing. There was no time. There was no urgency in the corner to say you're losing. I don't know what's going on with Robert Garcia in the corner because Robert's another one.
I think they were thinking they were going to get a hometown decision. That's probably why. That's probably why there was no urgency. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think there's no urgency in the corner. You're right. They fought their whole decision, but you can't just rob the fans. You know what I mean? The fan you can tell, like your brother can tell, like, bro, the crowds are quiet, man. And his brother he's got a lot of fighters in his roster. I don't know, like, it's your brother's fighting, but Mikey couldn't get up, man. Mikey was not, maybe because it's your brother as well. I mean, maybe someone else is training. They'll tell you the truth. I don't know, but I looked in the corners, like, there's no urgency to tell you, like, bro, you're losing. I don't know. It was eerie. It was like almost like the AJ situation was like, just do enough. That's the thing. I mean, he came, I'm not gonna lie. Another thing as well, Dan, very smart. It was 10 rounds because Sandor Martinez, that's what he does is 10 rounds. He's never done a 12-round fight. For the European belt and all their belts, it's 10 rounds. So 10 rounds, and he was active. It was gonna be in his favor because the kid. But you're thinking, Mikey, I think Mikey should be able to knock him out because remember, Mikey comes from super favorite. Mikey got hands. Mikey's fast, but this ain't the same Mikey. This is a sloppy Mikey. This is the same Mikey who went up to Errol Spence, put all that weight on. That was a mistake, and he hasn't recovered. I think going up the weights and coming down the weights, it's affected him. All right, we're looking at the top in the junior welterweights, right? So you got Tanks there. I mean, that would be a good fight. I don't mind seeing that. Mikey still fight some of these games. You got you got Victor Posto. That would have been a hard fight for him. You got Sandor Martinez. That's the guy from Dominican Republic. He's a good fight. And then you got Jose Ramirez in the crowd. You could have just took that fight right there. He came off a loss. That would have been a straight good fight. But I think they're in the same camp, so they couldn't fight. And then you got Josh Taylor, and I think that's where they were angling for. I think they were gonna go against the southpaw, a weak southpaw. They was thinking, and this was gonna build up and make an offer to Josh Taylor and try and get Josh Taylor. That's what I think they were gonna do. I don't think they were looking for Regis Progress because he's not a champion. Josh Taylor's got all the belts. So, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't have what you call it. I should have mentioned Josh Taylor, but that's a good point because he's got all the belts, and that's more of a big money fight, more money to be made in that fight opposed to fight Progress. So, even if that fight comes off, I'm definitely favoring Taylor to win it because he's a naturally much bigger, stronger guy, longer arm, reach. So that it'd probably be much of a more of a massacre than the Errol Spence fight. So if he took in that fight, I'm just being honest. So I think Mikey's Achilles' heels is the southpaws. He doesn't seem to do well against them.
My man Bazzi said Garcia took a lot of damage against Spence. Did he? I don't know. He did kind of. He
got beat up. He got beaten. That's the first time I've ever seen Mikey get beat up in a fight, man. He got beaten up in that fight.
See?
So, and he nearly got stopped in one of the rounds. I think it was the 10th round. He nearly got stopped.
Yeah? Wow. So there you go, man. Yeah. Well, Mikey, he's on the slide. He looks like he's on the slide.
Well, I mean, not just a slide, but on a mental slide, as you want to say. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He's getting paid now. He's like, fuck it. Why I need to work hard? I don't even have to win the title to get paid.
Yeah.
Look, I got my pound for pound status. I got my 4-division champion resume to back that up. So why do I need to work hard anymore? I mean, this is the state of complicity. You know what I mean? That's why I always like look, love or hate Don King, but the dude would say, look, if you want to get paid, you got to take these tough fights. I don't give a damn. You're not going to get paid $10, $12 million for fighting fucking Slow Joe who has a 20-6 record. I'm not paying you that type of money, you know? But nowadays, these fighters is like, I don't know, man, the Eddie Hearns and the Al Haymans of the world, they're all paying these guys all fucking bullshit money. I mean, not bullshit, but giving them high paydays, and they're fighting, terrible competition for the most part.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. We see, this is what I'm saying. Like this is what I said about Canelo. That's why I feel Canelo isn't gonna get beat by Figgy, by Caleb Plant. Yeah, because he's been fighting whack opposition, man. And you ain't gonna real soft opposition, and it doesn't help you because when you step up against a guy who's hungry, he gonna do that. Sandor Martinez, he played a very cagey match. Then when he realized he was up on the scorecard, he knew. He started opening up. I was like, yo, bro, he's trying to take Mikey's head off. But then Mikey, when he did that, Mikey started to get him. But Mikey said, make a point, though. Because if I didn't press him, it wouldn't have been much of a fight. You know what I mean? But that's how Mikey saw it. I guess because Mikey think he's going forward, I should won the fight. I was like, yeah, but Mikey, you're going forward, but you're not throwing no punches, bud. You're not landing no punches.
You're not landing any punches. You're not throwing them. You're not landing them. So why should the judges give you the fight?
Yeah,
why your opponent is countering you effectively all night. So why should I? Yeah, I mean, look, it's just these fighters expected to get the hometown decision. It's funny though. Somebody brought this up with Shannon Courtney when she fought Jamie Mitchell the other night. Yeah, she didn't make the weight for the fight. Didn't even bother losing it on the scales and lost her belt. But anyhow. Courtney clearly lost that fight, but when the judges announced Jamie Mitchell the winner, she looked around as if she got robbed from a decision. I'm like, Shannon, you got outboxed the entire fight. You got backed in the corner. You were taking a lot of punishment. How could you say you got robbed from the decision? I think what she was looking for is a hometown decision.
No, listen, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you this, right? A lot of fighters, they believe what their trainer or coach is telling them. And I'm going to tell you right now, she believed in corner. The corner never told her she was losing the fight. And this is the same thing with Mikey. Well, you got a lot around you. You got a lot of people don't want to tell the fighters the truth, bro. They don't want to tell them the truth. I don't know why not, whatever. Because clearly to everyone else, it's like you're clearly losing the fight, bro. And I think at some point they become too nice to the fight. They can't tell them the truth because remember again, the fighter pays them. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, I won't lose my job now telling the truth. You're doing okay. Let's do this. Let's do that. The guy never told her at no point you're losing the fight. So she thought she was winning the fight. And the same with Mikey. Mikey goes, but in his brother's mind, so we're going forward. I'm pressing the fight. If I didn't press the fight, wouldn't be much of the fight. I don't understand how I could lose a decision if I'm going forward. But Mikey, you're getting hit in the head, bro. And I reckon, and you're right. You got so much hit by Errol Spence going forward. He actually thought he won that fight as well, didn't he? He did,
Nah, I don't think he believed he won.
I think his brother did. Yeah, his brother did. Yeah, they did. Go back to that. His brother said, I don't know how we lost the fight. We're going forward. We're pressing the fight. I think we won the fight. And this is their mindset now. Because I'm going forward, I'm not throwing no punches. I should be winning the fight. I was like, yo, you lot are deluded, bro. You lot are deluded. I don't know where, whatever areas. And that Shannon Courtney is the same thing. I'm going forward. I'm pressing the. You're getting hit in your head, man. You're getting hit.
It's funny you mentioned that because if you look at the Usyk and the AJ fight after the fight when they were going out, before they announced Usyk as the winner, right?
Yeah.
AJ when Michael Buffer announced Usyk as the new champion, AJ looked around like he was surprised, and then he was like, he shrugged. Like, okay. But he looked. Some people, somebody pointed that to my direction. Like, did he think he was going to get a hometown decision? The way he reacted.
Yeah,
it looked like look at that. It did look like he was surprised when Michael Buffer announced Usyk as the winner because he thought he was going to get a hometown decision.
Yep. Go ahead.
But no, go ahead.
When you put too much money in fighters, you get hit in the head. To be fair, Dan, when you're getting hit in the head, these fighters don't know what round it is sometimes, bro. And and if you got someone in the corner who's not telling the truth, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. And losing for a fight is a horrible thing, bro. The next day they get up, they're running, they're thinking about it. Then they think about, hey, no one gonna treat me the same. You're not this, you're not that. In the pro game, because as you lose, your money goes down. Your money goes down. the opportunities go down. First off, Shannon Courtney lost the belt on her period. What a lie that was. It's because she couldn't make the weight. That's the first thing. She made it on her period. And most of the girls, I've never heard that ever. It's disgusting. I don't even want to hear that shit. Most women, look how many years of women fighting, and you never heard none of them. Or Christy Martin, Layla Ali, never, ever heard that bullshit. First and foremost, yeah, you couldn't make the weight and you want excuses. That's the first thing, right? Next thing, you go into the fight and you barely threw any punches, but yet you're winning the fight. You're on the ropes getting pounded, but yet you're winning the fight. Like literally, yeah. If the corner can't tell her, then the whole of them need to be sacked, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that goes into Wilder now. Listen, that goes into the Wilder situation of what there must be some sort of dementia going on in some of these boxers' heads. That even though they're getting hit, they feel they're winning. Mikey, Wilder, Shannon Courtney, it's happening quite a lot. Maybe they're getting too much sparring in the head that they don't know what day it is and what time it is. But you need the corner to tell you the truth, is what I'm saying, Dan. And that's not what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same Anthony Joshua. Like, dude, you should told him that he was losing the fight, and then he was like, look, man, you're losing the fucking fight. You got to do something. You know. You gotta press the gas. Maybe they did tell me, I did see that. I did see that urgency from McCracken's corner. They kept saying, "You're boxing beautifully, AJ. You're boxing beautifully." Yet he's getting hit in the head. So how is he getting boxing beautifully? And he's getting hit by Usyk to death. I don't get it. You know. But maybe to your point though, you're right. Complacency. Some of these trainers don't want to get fired. They love the paychecks because they don't want to tell fighters what they need to know. Like Wilder, like Joshua to some extent. Like Courtney, Mikey Garcia,
Ruiz, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz fought one fight against Joshua.
Oh yeah, same thing with him. Yeah, and then Manny Robles get fired. You know why? Because Manny Robles told him, "You lost a fight. You didn't train." What am I supposed to tell you? I ain't gonna lie to you.
He got fired?
Yeah, Manny Robles. Yeah. You know, you didn't. Come on, man. You should know that. Andy Ruiz fired Robles right after that second fight, and he got Andy Reynoso.
I don't know about that stuff. That's in America, man. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't know about that, bro.
No, I didn't know about it. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's telling me something I didn't know. Because when I think about it now, okay, he went with Canelo. That's what he went with. Canelo's trainer now, Eddie Reynoso, right? So he's with him now more. But you see the figures, yeah. Like he didn't want to do what was necessary to lose the weight. Like a lot of guys' goal and achievement in life, yeah, is to win something, and when they win it, they let loose. Hey, my man, VA money, we gonna do that Frotch and Jarrell. Yeah, we're gonna do that after this, right? After this hangout, we're gonna do the Frotch and Jarrell. So stay tuned. We're gonna do the score count for that joint right there. But I ain't playing around with that. Yeah, he fought Jarrell one. I said I got Frotch winning that shit all day. You know what I mean? We was we gonna view that joint, right? Yeah. All right. So what I'm saying is this, right? I think there must be some sort of accountability to the fighters in the corners, because if you look in the corners, Manny Robles was telling him, "Yo, you're losing the fight." Like he weren't doing nothing, bro. Andy Ruiz was just following him around. You weren't doing nothing but following Joshua. Joshua blooded you up and everything in that fight, and he outboxed you and won the fight. But it was up for you to adjust. You're too fat. You know what I mean? You ain't done nothing. And bro, you got punched up by Areola, bro. That's the other day. Areola put hands up in his drink. Areola put hands on him. I thought Areola done very well.
Yeah, you know what, too? You think about that, too. I mean, look, styles make fights, but if they are planning for Andy Ruiz to fight Wilder next year in May, and that's Wilder's comeback fight, I'm going to favor Wilder to win that fight. I mean, Andy Ruiz is a sitting target. Let's be real. He's a sitting target. All you have to do is you can easily outbox him because he doesn't have the foot speed to keep up with you. He doesn't really have the head movement, you know. So I expect Wilder to win that fight. I mean, we all.
Wilder's an idiot though. Wilder's an idiot though, because you see, when Wilder had the draw with Fury, and Andy Ruiz beat Joshua, and Wilder was laughing, too busy laughing. He should have been negotiating with Andy Ruiz to drop the belts.
Well, he tried to. Well, here's the thing. He tried to, but Joshua was like, hell no, you're not doing that, because if you think about doing that, your ass will go to court for breach of contract. That's exactly what they did to Andy Ruiz. Remember, Andy Ruiz was trying to get out of that rematch with Joshua. Yeah, he was trying to. And Joshua told us, nope, you're not going to get away with that. And it's funny though, because this is where I called the double standard hypocrisy here, because when Wilder did the same thing to Fury, when he told his ass, you better think twice before you get out of that rematch with me, right? A lot of people got pissed at Wilder for that. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why didn't you guys get pissed at AJ when he blocked the undisputed fight between Ruiz and Wilder? Yeah, where's the same energy? So yeah, like I said, Wilder wanted the Ruiz fight. It's just that Ruiz was still had to honor the contract with AJ. And,
yeah, you're right. But you see the figures, yeah. But even on the contract with the guy, yeah, like you could have just vacated, say, I'm retiring. Let me just vacate the belts, bro. It's like he's on the contract if he fights. If he fights, he has to fight for the belt. But it's like, but he weren't gonna vacate the belt because that was a massive payday. So yeah, he go back into AJ. But bro, like, Wilder was sitting there waiting for him. Like, yo, we could just wrap this shit up right now. But because he's in the contract,
Wilder was pissed. Wilder was pissed at Ruiz. It's like, what the fuck, man? You come in out of shape and you do this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, way out of shape. Didn't give a fuck. All he did was, like, after the AJ fight, he went and bought a multi-million-dollar mansion in Imperial Valley, out here in California. Showing all his bling and all the cars that he was buying. I'm like, oh, nah, man. Nah, this is a bit. Nah, don't do this.
You know what? I like him, though. I like him, though, because you know what? Like, in real talk, you can tell fighters to earn money, but you can't tell them how to spend it. So, yo, do him, bro. Let him do him. Because in real talk, you going to do that. He bought stuff he ain't never bought in his life, but now he's lost it. He's like, I want it back. But, he realized now, it's really on him. He's eating habit. The whole of his family are fat, man. So they ain't going to make you lose no weight. You know what I mean? You might also shit.
No, here's the thing. Let me step back. I don't mind him spending the money that he spent. That's on him. But what I'm saying is that he made it. He just like he just showed off with the shit in front of everybody, in front of social media. I'm like, come on, dude.
No, but them guys are poor, man. Dan, they're poor. My man said that he put a buffet in the locker room. But listen to this, Dan. You gotta understand there. Look, these guys are showing off. They ain't never had it before, and it's like it's like almost like a nerd. So he gonna bling. That's cool, but he really and truly hit the lottery. You know what I mean? If I hit the lottery right now, bro, I'm spending like a G, bro. I'm like, I ain't thinking logically. Like you hit the lottery. He went to Mexico. He met the president. He done things he'd never even dreamed of. You know what I'm trying to say? And he took full advantage of it. But it's gone. But it's gone now. Like you're just another ex-champion now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all done because he fucked it all up. You know what I mean? Look, I'm just being honest here. I know AJ got the win, but I tell people this: if Andrew Ruiz came in the shape or very motivated like he was in their first fight, AJ would have lost that fight.
Nah, he came in the same. He came the same. He came. There was no difference.
No, dude came in.
He was just bigger. No, listen, Dan. He came the same. He was walking. It was AJ. No. It wasn't that, bro. It wasn't
284 pounds.
That didn't stop him from throwing punches. The problem was AJ was on the bike. The ring was big. Right?
That's true.
Let's be honest, it didn't matter about how his weight was. Like, even if he was lighter, AJ used the ring. Like, you think about it, AJ was doing him dirty from the outside. When in the first fight, AJ caught him. The problem was when AJ went in to finish him, he wasn't done yet. And then he got caught. So this time AJ just stayed on the outside and didn't even engage with him. And then you saw what happened. So the fight should have went how the first fight should have went out the second fight. Because Ruiz, really and truly, he had no other game plan, but that's all he's on. He's just walking you down, moving his head movement. Joshua was I'm not being social, but Joshua's nipping the rounds, and then Joshua's got anxious. I need to do him, but Joshua followed the game plan complete. 12 rounds, he just boxed him, didn't even get engaged, didn't try to give it. He shut Ruiz out, and that's what you do with him, because Ruiz, really, your other game plan is he got. Like, how can he even change? Like, real talk, he fights the slug. He wants some of the slug, but the thing is, he thought, okay, I want a Mexican now. I want a slugger. I want a guy who doesn't run. Remember, I want a guy who doesn't run. I didn't win the belt. After that bullshit he was talking, okay, so you go in there against Arreola. Now what happened? Arreola can box and he can fight. And Arreola's giving him a beating. Like, he lucky he won that fight, bro. So now he's like, oh, shit. So maybe I need to pick up my game. Like, and what's your excuse now? You know what I mean? The man just dropped off. Hopefully he'll jump back in. What's up? What you need? Martinez outboxed Garcia. Yes, he did what you need, bro. Yes, he did. Hey, what you need? You want to jump in? You want to jump in? What you need? Let me know, man. Dan, the man. You back, Dan. Your icon, your picture's gone. I don't know where your picture's gone. You're a robot. You're like a robot. You sound like a robot a bit. Say it again, Dan.
I sound like a robot. Do I sound like it now?
Nah, you're clear now. You're clear now. No, but what I'm saying is that I just don't think he could get changed mid flight in terms of who he is. I don't think he has anything else. You know what I mean? Like he needed to cut the ring now. He's following AJ around. So okay, yeah, he keeps dropping off. Yeah, what you need? All right, 1 second. There you go. What you need. I ain't talked to what you need for a while. See what you need has to say. I know you're a bit long-winded. What you need though. You're a bit long-winded. Hopefully you're not too long-winded with this. You get the sentence, and there you go. Dan the man, he's having technical problems. Us as well, because we're gonna talk about Lopez and Haney in a sec. My man VA Money Group, boy. Oh shit. Yeah, man. Boxing is a thing, man. It's a thing. Dan the man's having technical problems. So anyway, Sandor. You know I was gonna call him Sandor Clegane from Game of Thrones. I don't know if you watched that, man, but Sandor Martinez, bro, he give Mikey a good one, bro. He give Mikey a good one. That's what shows like in the world class level. If you don't bring your A game, there you go. You're back now. There you go, Dan. Yeah. You sound a bit robot-y, but hopefully it's itself out. Go ahead.
Yeah. I hope it sounds better. How about now?
Yeah, you sound better now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, what happened. You can't go back in time and change things, but it is what it is. Yeah.
I think what you need is jumping in, but I don't know where he's at. He's supposed to jump in. But let's move on to the next one anyway. Yeah. Let's move on to the next one because we're gonna talk about this one because we got a lot of things. Because that's how we was talking about it. Me and Dan was talking about this off air, right? And then all of a sudden we was talking about the lightweight is quiet, they ain't doing nothing. Then all of a sudden the lightweight start make some noise. I think I'm gonna put it right out there. I think this was staged. I think this was staged right here. Absolutely. This was staged right here. Absolutely staged. I think they both agreed that just don't throw no hands. We need to start something off. We need to start selling the zone. We need to get things going. And I think, that's what happened. But go ahead, talking it, Dan. Go ahead.
I mean, I think part of it is staged, but part of it was genuine. They're great. If it was genuine, if it's not genuine, then they definitely fooled me because it looked like it was a lot of that blood there. But look, these two do need to fight each other, but Teofimo Lopez is a bit of a concern because he's not gonna. Actually, to be fair, both of them not gonna stay at 135 forever. They're both too big for that weight, so they may be moving up pretty soon. And Teofimo's made it clear that after his fight with Gambosis, he's moving up to 140, so he may be vacating those belts. Devin Haney, I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but it does seem that he may move up too because I heard he's been having some challenges making 135. So they're going to cross paths either way. But, it seems like we've got a lot of these lightweights that talk and trash to each other, but they're not making the fights. And that's what's frustrating about it. Because I remember when Tank and Tevin Farmer had a clash with each other head-to-head in the Senate somewhere. And we were talking about that fight, and look what happened. Tevin Farmer got beat up by JoJo Diaz, and he hasn't been the same ever since. So that fight's out the window. So they just got to stop talking and start fighting. There's too much talking going on and no fights are happening. And I think that's what people are getting frustrated about. The heavyweights are actually making fights now, so we can't complain about them now. But now the lower weights, they really got to step the game up. So and
then Teofimo was why you talk to Bob. I was like, talk to Bob. Why? Like Bob don't even want to talk to you and don't even want to give you money. You're telling Haney talk to Bob. Haney, to me, that's what you need. Right? To me, Haney, like you're with Eddie Hearn, and like Eddie Hearn bypassed you. You could have got the Ryan Garcia fight, and you gave it to what's your name? You gave it to Luke Campbell. You know what I mean? So you blatantly, what's up, Kyle? You blatantly gave the fight away. Real talk, Eddie Hearn's the problem, bro. You with the wrong promoter. You're on the wrong network. You should have done something to the PBC. You'd have got the fights, man. And to be fair, I look at Devin Haney. Okay, you're the champion. Why are you on the begging bowl? Like, why is Devin Haney, who's WBC champion, on the begging bowl trying to beg people to fight him, bruh? Like, what's I don't understand what's going on here. You're not a contender. You're a champion, right? You should have guys ready, lined up to fight already in the WBC ranking and making your name. Like, you shouldn't have to be on the begging bowl. What's up, Kyle? Kyle, you can press the link if you want to jump in as well. What you need right here, you're eating his food right there. So what you need when you're ready, when you're done, you keep eating your food. Don't worry about it. Eat your food. Don't worry about it. You eat your food as too. You just yeah. You don't have to be on camera eating your food though. Like you could press the camera and where's your logo. You just want to be on camera. All right, but don't worry. All right, cool. No, I say that you're gonna make me hungry though. That's what I'm saying. You're making me hungry, bro. You know what I'm saying? There you go. That man's back in. And that's where we at. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Dan, what's your take? Go ahead, Dan. Talk about the whole situation. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're talking to me. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Look. To your point, though, I don't understand why the WBC champion is going out there begging for fights. I mean, this is like, it's not surprising because I've seen other champions who had difficulty getting fights in the past. You know, like let me see, who can I name? I mean, I'm not going back that far, like the Black Raiders World guys, like Anthony Charles and the Charlie Burleys of the world. I'm not going for that. I'm talking about modern day. Maybe, who's a difficult? I remember one time Costa Zoo had difficulties getting fights as an IBF champion. Nobody wanted to fight him. So,
it's who you sign with, though. Who you sign with, though, right? It's who you sign with, and who you sign with. Eddie, I don't think Eddie Hearn's doing well in America because he can't. He's blocked. So Devin Haney's with the wrong guy, man. If you want to get that fight, you should be with Bob Arum or be with an American promoter, man. You'll be with a European promoter who Americans don't, other promoters don't like. How you gonna get any fights?
Yeah, I know I think. Hate to say it, I don't like to, point out the fact that fighters make mistakes by signing with certain promoters and managers, but it looks like this has been a mistake on Devin Haney's part and the Haneys. You know what I mean? Ever since they moved over to, they took the money. I mean, not, can't knock them for it, but what was the end result of that? Yeah, you got the WBC belt, but Lomachenko vacated that belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's be real. That's how we're stuck with this WBC franchise mess. So, since then, who have you fought? You fought a washed-up Gamble, who you should have knocked out, but you didn't even come close to doing it. And didn't even come close to hurting the guy. Maybe or once or twice he hurt him, but he didn't come close to knocking him out. Then you nearly got stopped by Jorge Linares, struggled in that fight. So, two back-to-back chinny guys that you were supposed to knock out, you couldn't even come close to doing it. So, it's like people are looking at you like, oh, boy, are you even that good? You were supposed to knock those guys out, but you didn't even come close to doing it. So, look, I'm not saying people are using that against him, but it's like since then, that's all he's been fighting. Guys, like washed up guys who he's supposed to knock out, but he didn't come close to doing it.
I was gonna say to you, like Ryan Garcia is on the network. He's got mental health problems, right? So you ain't gonna get that one. That's the one. Having Fortuna, I think he was supposed to fight him. That would have been a good fight because he's a top guy. He's a top light guy. Richard Cormier, he's busy. I think Richard Cormier is gonna fight someone. I know who he's fighting.
He's fighting Lomachenko. Yeah,
exactly, Lomachenko. So really and truly, you got to look at it like this. You're on a network with no lightweights. What's his name? Campbell's retired. Ryan Garcia's got mental health. You're on the wrong side of the fence, my friend.
He ain't got no mental issues. I don't believe that bullshit because this guy is supposedly pulled out the Fortuna fight. Yeah, right. And why is he spotted somewhere vacationed overseas right after he pulled out of that fight? Number one, he's saying he was taking time for boxing. Then also he's back in the gym 2-3 weeks later after pulled out of the Fortuna fight. Then all of a sudden he has a broken hand. Jojo Diaz fight. Look, maybe genuine, but it's just that Ryan Garcia. This is the way I see it, and I brought this up on my channel the other day on my live show. Ever since that Campbell fight, Ryan Garcia has some type of mental block when it comes to his mental strength. Something's missing there. He probably doesn't have the confidence. His confidence is shot after that fight because he barely got through it, and ever since then he's pulled out of 2 fights. So I don't know what's going on with Ryan Garcia. Maybe they're, Golden Boy's looking at him very, very, very closely and saying, you know what, we're gonna have to go back to square one and get you these low level fights and get your confidence back. So that's the way I see it, man. I really don't buy into this mental health and the hand injury. I'm just being honest. I could be wrong on the hand injury, but it just seems like the pattern after the Campbell fight has just been off with Ryan Garcia. So. I don't want to hear anything else about him until he starts fighting somebody. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, the lightweight division, you're right. I'd like Windmill, Wilder, and Fury. It seemed like they were talking for days. They finally fought. The fight lived up to the hype, and now in the lightweight division, they just talking again. I think that thing was staged. And Bill. Hey, by the way, people say, what you need. My man, Kyle Burton said, what you need looks like Bill Haney. I agree, bro. He look like Bill Haney out here. But listen to this, right? I'm saying right now, I'm saying like when I saw the debate between the two of them or the conversation, I said, yo, why is the dad talking? Because Teofimo's dad wasn't saying shit, bro. You know what I mean? He let his son talk, right? And I was like, I saw Bill Miller all up in that shit. You need to be on the zone. You need to come fight us on the zone. So I think that was staged. And they're trying to sell Teofimo to fight us on our network. I was like, yo, like what? Like
He's
why
a
are we
champion.
going?
Why should he do that?
Yeah, he was champion, right? Why are you telling us to go where? Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to come fight us on the zone. I was like, there's no one on the zone, bro. Like, ain't no one care about the zone. Everything's popping on ESPN and the PVC in America. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, like the start. Devin Haney is supposed to be, according to Eddie Hearn, the next Floyd Mayweather. How's that working out? You know what I'm saying? How's that? In fact, all the stars that Eddie Hearn's worked with in America, Bubu Andrade, that was the worst thing ever going to Eddie Hearn. Like he ain't doing nothing for the African American stars. If anything, forever, because he upset everyone, he can't get no fights. Eddie Hearn is the problem. They need to leave. They're making money. Now they're good, but you ain't getting no respect. Hey, you want to pay? You want to pay? I know. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, look how Canelo talked to Andrade. Talk to him like that. Look how Devin Haney is being talked to by Teofimo. So you on the B side, you can't get no ranking. And the funny thing is, both of them are champions, Devin Haney and Bubu Andrade. And why are you on the begging bowl? Why are you on the begging bowl? Yeah, you should have beat like top flight competition to make them come to find you. So it's a shame. I want to bring what you need right now, because I can see he's finished his food now and his eyes are rolling, so he wants to come in right now. What you need? Put yourself on mute, by the way, Dan, because you're getting feedback. Go ahead, what you need. Nice one. Go ahead.
What's up, people?
Everything good, bro. Go ahead.
Right, man.
So on this one, we talk on this one, and then I'll bring it back on the Martinez and Garcia one. But talk on this Devin Haney and Garcia one. And let's
something that we didn't mention is Teofimo versus Cambosos. I think it's on the Zone.
Yeah, they changed it. Oh, it's on the Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's on the Zone.
Right.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, they bought the purse bid. You're right. Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's right.
So that's why Bill Haney was trying to, sort of bribe Teo into the DAZN things to stay on DAZN. So probably that's why he was doing that. But, as to seeing just the fighters talking with one another and stuff, I like that. That's my thing. I like to see the fighters deal with each other, talk with each other, because that's how Wilder and Fury happened. And I think the fighters, I think it was Terrence Crawford, when he was talking with Sean Porter, he was talking about how, hey, you hear what Brown promotion said? I forgot what his TGB promotion said. He says the fighters that determine what fights get made. And Terrence wanted to remind everybody about what he said, what Tom Brown said. So similarly, I agree. The fighters really, if they really want the fight to happen and they talk with each other, I think it could happen.
So you think, but right now, I know like Devin Haney wants to fight, but Teofimo's busy. He's fighting Gambosa. He's gonna fight for the biggest payday. He's gonna fight where he's gonna make the most money, where it makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, people want to see that fight, but is it generating more money? I mean, let me look at this. Should he fight Devin Haney or should he fight another fight with Lomachenko if that's offered? Who would you want to see? I personally, I won't mind him seeing Lomachenko, bro. I won't mind seeing that joint again.
Well, you know what I would say, EJ? Haney, if Jojo Diaz face Haney gonna have Jojo Diaz problems, because Jojo is no joke, in my opinion. I looked at Jojo and what he could bring to the table. I would love to see Jojo Diaz versus Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is going to get tested.
Yeah, he don't want it. I don't think he wants it though. I don't think he wants that fight right there. You know what I mean?
You saw it yesterday where Jojo put up a post.
What did he say?
swinging his son on a swing, and he said, well, he was disappointed about Ryan, but Devin Haney's the next guy. We're gonna go on and try and negotiate with him. He actually said that. Yeah.
So why is Haney chasing off a TFE? Like, what's
no?
that?
That's for after the Kambosos fight. They trying to make a fight after the Kambosos fight. That's not next.
Okay.
So if let's say Haney, because what's his name? JoJo is basically an interim. I don't know if he is the interim, but I think he is. There's two of them, and it was supposed to have a face-off or eliminator for the WBC interim. The guy to face Haney.
Yeah.
And Ryan pulled out of it, and JoJo was like, "Ryan, don't pull out of it," and Ryan pulled out of it, right? Supposedly a hand injury, right?
Okay, I got you. Now, I'm with you now. So Ryan was trying to. Okay, so they're trying to get the Haney, but hold on, the WBC champion is Teofimo Lopez, right?
No.
What's going on there? He's the franchise.
He's the franchise.
Yeah, he's a franchise champion. And to be fair, Lomachenko is the reason why we're in this mess to begin with, because he technically vacated the WBC belt because the WBC was going to order him to fight Devin Haney after the Campbell fight. So, Top Rank put in the position and say, forget that. We're not fighting that guy. So we're going to just go ahead and franchise and let him become the champion. We'll come back to it later.
I've got you now. So Bob Arum caused all this drama, and now we're dealing with the backlog. Now there's a backlog.
Wait. I want to correct that. Not Bob Arum. Bob Arum's the promoter, yes. I feel is Lomachenko, because they stood up and petitioned for it in the WBC meeting. They got up and petitioned for that. So Lomachenko was cool with it because the WBC approached Deontay Wilder for that, and Deontay Wilder turned it down. He didn't want no franchise belt.
Wow. So the fight. So
of that. Go ahead, Jake. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, put yourself on mute. Like, I'll get some feedback. Now, appreciate it. Now, so that's what Terence Crawford said. The fighters decide who the fight is. So goes, hear that? The fight. So that's why Errol Spence ducked Terence Crawford. He don't want that fight. And so did Keith Thurman ducked Errol Spence. That's what's going on right now. So dudes be out here ducking. That's what we thinking. This is what we know. So go ahead. What
That's right. Now you can pick out the ducks. Right? They make all the excuses and stuff, but they duck it.
So AJ ducked Wilder. Yeah, because the thing is,
but then Wilder ducked AJ the second time.
What with the con?
They both ducked each other. They both ducked each other. AJ can't say himself.
You sound like a robot, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Say again.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Say again.
Hello. That sound like a robot now?
Nah, you sound fine. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on.
Yeah? Oh, you can't hear me. Let me see. You sound like a robot before that.
How about now?
Go ahead, talk your piece. Go ahead, we can hear you. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Much better? Okay, I can't hear you guys though. This is weird. All right, hold on.
Right,
Let me get out of this. I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, go out and come back in. Yeah, a technical problem with that. There you go. Where was he now? So you saying the ducks? Yeah, you can count the ducks now. But you're right. Okay, maybe they ducked each other, but at the same time, yeah, but when we like someone, we want to believe in them and stuff like. But you're right, man. But the lightweight division is, to me, it's on hold. They see the thing is they don't fix themselves up. Ain't no one care about you, bro. Because Devin Haney could talk all he wants, but I don't think he beating no one down there. I see him struggle with bloody with Linares out here. Linares is washed, right? And Linares buzzed him up. So I don't know why he out here talking with his dad. Like, you want that smoke? I'm like, yo, how you gonna beat T.O.? Like, how you beating T.O.? You getting buzzed by washed Linares was washed. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. I was saying though, AJ, he said himself that both him and Wilder didn't want to fight on certain conditions. So blame both of them why that fight didn't happen. End of story. The interview's up on Breakfast Club. He did it, I think 2 weeks before the Andrew Reese fight took place in New York that year. So take a look at their YouTube page. It's there. So I just wanted to say about that. But anyway, Linares and Devin Haney, you were mentioning that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, Devin Haney, you have to question. I mean, again, the man's got a little durability. I'll give him that. But does he really have the pop? Because he couldn't knock out two cheap guys back-to-back fights. That makes you wonder, is this the guy can hit? I don't know. You couldn't even knock out 2 chinny guys in your last 2 fights, or way watched up. So that power definitely is going to come to question. He's got to figure that out. So it looks like from that standpoint, they're going to have to use their boxing abilities to win fights going forward. That's all they're going to have to rely on. Go ahead.
That's true. Yeah, go ahead. What you need? Now put yourself on mute. Go ahead. What you need?
All right.
Man, it's really dope for me watching some of the matchups that'll come up this year. I don't know how the fights will go, but with respect to Haney versus Teofimo Lopez, I would pay to see that, definitely. Mm-hmm. Because Devin Haney can box his ass off, and Teofimo Lopez, man, he got that boom, that dynamite. You know what I'm saying? And he's sharp. Both of them still got some flaws. Haney not that great on the inside yet. He's working on his game. Both guys are still working on their game. You can see they're still growing as fighters. They're very young, but I would love to see that fight. I would love to see Haney versus Teofimo Lopez. Absolutely. I would love to see Haney versus Jojo Diaz. Because Jojo Diaz will test his ass. I'm telling you, man. Jojo ain't no joke. You see what he did to Fortuna. And Fortuna's a rough, rugged guy, and he was walking him down. And he came up from Super Feather. Oh, man. Jojo just got to keep it together, and it could be his time. He could spoil everything.
So you rolling with Jojo in that fight against Devin Haney?
I ain't rolling with nobody. That's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. Yeah. Jojo would have, but Jojo
Devin Haney gets knocked out. I think Devin Haney's weak, man. I think he's weak.
I think Jojo would have beaten Ryan Garcia, though.
Oh, yeah?
Whoop that boy's ass. Ryan can't fight on the inside.
Yeah, but Ryan got fast hands, bro. He got gun hands.
It don't matter. Timing beats speed.
Well, right.
And Jojo got defense.
Jojo ain't too bright, man. He ain't too smart, man. Like I see him when I see him against Brian Russell, he just got clearly outboxed. Like he pure
Russell. That was Gary Russell.
Gary Russell. Yeah, he cleanly outboxed him, bro. So like he can lose against pure boxers. So like he ain't too smart.
Like Kevin Farmer.
I will say one thing.
Ryan
Garcia is no Gary Russell Jr. Let me just say this. Ryan Garcia is no Gary Russell Jr. Because number one, Ryan Garcia. But I'm saying Ryan Garcia's defense is very flawed. He keeps his chin up in the air. That's why he got cracked against Luke Campbell in their fight. Take a look at it. I knew that. I'm just saying, I knew that was coming pretty soon because Ryan Garcia is known to keep his chin way in the air. And he's been doing that in previous fights and was getting away with it. Obviously, it was a low-level opposition. And I told everyone, as soon as he step up and fight someone, if you keep that chin in the air, he's going to get cracked very hard. And look what happened. He got cracked against the guy who can't really punch. And nearly got knocked out. So, again, look at that mental fortitude. You know what I mean? It's like after that fight, I think Ryan Garcia is having mental challenges overcoming that. Because he looked at it and said, you know what? I nearly got stopped against a guy that I was supposed to beat easily. Struggled in that fight, and since then I'm not too sure myself as a fighter at this point. So I do agree with this one. If Ryan Garcia gets fought, because I don't think he's not sure what happens. Plus, that's a soft one, so you don't know the soft
Dan, you sound like a robot, bro. You sound like a robot, Dan, man. You sound like a robot, but I don't know what's going on with your.
It's my internet connection.
You sound all right now. You sound all right now. Go ahead. You sound all right now. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me try not to talk too fast, maybe because it's not catching up on my patterns very well. But anyway, I agree with what you need because I think Ryan Garcia would have beat by Jojo Diaz. I really think he would.
Because Gary Russell Jr. could fight on the inside, but Ryan's not really good at that. So once Jojo closes the distance, and Jojo's a boxer, but Jojo can do it all. Once he closes the distance on Ryan, it's going to be a problem. Ryan going to be beat up whole night. Beat that body. Beat him up.
That's what's up right there. That's what's up. Well, hey, listen. Okay, let me hear from what you need. I want to hear him about the Martinez and the Garcia fight, the Mikey Garcia fight. So, all right, go ahead. Talk on that one. What you need. Go ahead.
Man, I mean, I never saw that coming. I didn't do any homework on the dude. Southpaw. Wow. I mean, he controlled he controlled Garcia. He controlled Mikey. Totally controlled him. The whole entire fight. I was quite impressed by him, man. And he even finished the fight very well off the ropes. And you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Caleb Plant versus Canelo.
Yeah, talking it. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, go ahead. What you need? Go ahead, talking it.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying who's gonna win.
I'm telling you, I'll go out on a limb. I'm saying Caleb Plant gonna beat him. Go ahead, jump in, fight, doctor. Go ahead, yeah, go ahead. What you need? Go ahead.
Right. So notice that Mikey Garcia's got the power. He got the dynamite in the hands. But Martin didn't got dynamite in the hands. He just had enough power, and he was catching him coming in, timing him, catching him coming in with that check right hook, right? So all I'm saying is, everybody always talk about power and power and power. I'd say footwork, placement, defense beats power any day.
Yeah. Why you just go out on a limb and just say you
counter punches? A counter punch is a dangerous guy.
Don't you think? Don't you think the layoff helped? The layoff messed Mikey's timing up and stuff like that as well. Like he was off for like near 2 years because of the COVID situation. If that was Mikey off not on the layoff, do you think the fight would have been different? He would have been a bit more sharper, a bit more crisper. Why didn't his corner tell him he was losing the fight? Go ahead. Well,
two things. I think he didn't take Martin seriously like that, and I think the layoff. Well, it would give him some ring rust, but I don't think that's. I think the guy controlled the fight. He came into the fight saying he was going to beat him. He was very confident he was going to beat him, and I see why now. Because remember, he's controlling. He's controlling the jab, right? So if I'm touching your hand, I'm keeping your jab at home unless you go over my jab, right? So he took away Mikey's jab from him, and Mikey does everything off the jab.
Okay.
He took it away from him. Took away his weapon, and from there, Mikey didn't know exactly how to close the distance. You understand? Yeah. So when I say it was master boxing going on in there, it was master boxing going on in there. Where Mikey thought he trapped him in the corner, because you can cut off the ring, but a guy can have upper body movement, and you could throw punches, and he just rolling and riding with that shot.
Yes. He used that lean back. He does that. He leans out. When you think you're in range, you're out of range, and then he got longer arms.
And just the only thing he didn't do that, like say a Mayweather or Andre would do, he should have done this. So once I'm on the ropes here, this is the ropes here. Bump me, come in, bump you.
Oh,
should have bumped him back.
Oh, bump him to get some space.
Yeah, you bump him. See, when you bump him with the shoulder, he'll move back, and then you hit him with the straight right, or if you're a southpaw, you hit him with the straight left.
Cool.
As he's moving back.
Oh, wow. See, like shit.
What
Science,
you need, baby.
Science, what you need? Nice, bro. What you need? Nice. You right. Hey, you know what I saw? I saw his feet was in the wrong position for a southpaw. Mikey, he knew about the left hook to the body and straight, but he wasn't busy enough. He just looked. Me and Dan just said he didn't look like he was ambitious enough. I think when he got in the fight, he realized it's gonna be a hard fight. He thought he won the fight actually going forward, but he wasn't working enough. But Sandor Martinez, credit to him, he didn't make it easy to find him either. He was just walking in. Mikey was just walking into punches the whole thing. My man VA Money says, my man VA Money said he said Errol Spence took something out of Mikey. Would you agree with that?
No, because he beat Jesse Vargas, and he beat
That was a close fight, right? That was a close fight. That was a close fight. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was going to say this. I disagree there because if you look at the Jesse Vargas fight, you can tell, and this is just my view, you could tell that some of Mikey's sharpnesses had kind of left him after the Spence fight because let's not forget, he took a beating in that Spence fight, especially at the end where he really got stopped. I believe it was the 10th round. So, and he was still taking punches right after that. I'm surprised his corner didn't pull him out, but Robert Garcia even mentioned this, dude. My brother was taking the beating. I was thinking about stopping the fight, but out of respect, I want him to finish it, and he kind of knew they lost the fight. And since then, man, Mikey Garcia hasn't been the same. He hasn't been able to get his weight under control. He's pretty much stuck at in the 147s, which he's not really effective at. I should say. the Jesse Vargas fight, he was expected to see on purpose. So like I said, I disagree with the fact that Errol Spence didn't slow him down, but you could tell after his form from after before the Spence fight and the form after his fight that there's some bit of a slowdown. He took a pretty bad beating in that fight, and that will affect you not only physically but mentally as well. So that's just my take on it.
My thing is he never at any point hurt Martin in that fight, because Martin was riding and rolling punches and just, it's just beautiful. And that's why I said, Canelo versus Caleb Plant. People are saying Caleb Plant's going to just get washed by Canelo. I never see that. I just don't see it, bro.
No, do I. I got my money on Caleb Plant to be fighting better opposition coming up, man. I don't rate them Euro bombs to be fighting, man. I don't rate them at all.
You bet on Caleb Plant. You know that means, right? He might lose because of your prediction.
You know what? You're right. I thought Billy Joe Saunders was going to do better, but then when Billy Joe Saunders and his dad started complaining about the ring, I said, hell no, that guy don't want that fight, bro. That guy started complaining about the ring. They wanted out of there. They were doing everything to get out of there. I said, this guy don't want the fight, bro. And the first punch he got, any damage he got, he looked his way out of that shit. Sat on his stool, he broke his orbital bone. This man went broken orbital bone. That guy's a liar, man. Eddie Hearn got him off the books, man. Get them Euro bums out of here. And that's what Mikey was looking for. Mikey was looking for a good Euro bum to bring himself back on. He got the wrong Euro bum. He got a Spanish one. He got a Spanish bum. And there's like, people were like, Ned's like, who is this guy? I ain't never heard of him. Who's he fought? I'm like, yo, this is the thing in boxing. Like, did Mikey and his brother even look down and say, oh, we just looked at his record? Like, didn't you see the footage? There's plenty of footage of the kid. Like, you can see the guy's awkward, but they never saw like, well, Mikey's beat him, because they're so confident in Mikey. They're like, oh, this guy ain't nothing special, but you can't do that. You go like, but hold on a minute. That's a hard fight for you, bro. But this guy ain't got no power. He's a southpaw. You fought better guys. But Mikey's fighting. Mikey's in flux right now. Mikey was nice at super feather. He was nice at lightweight. But this is the 140, the pounder. This guy's natural. You know what I mean? And the guy's busy and active. So, they really messed up in terms of the matchmaking on that one. And, this guy's gone away with one of the biggest upsets. Are we looking at this guy, say this guy's the truth? I think people need to give this guy credit. This guy, now he's world class. He beat Mikey Garcia. And he's right there in 140. You know what I mean? Does he beat Josh Taylor? Does he beat Progress? I think these guys will take him seriously now. They're going to take that Spanish guy seriously, but he gonna be a close fight. You ain't going to walk in that guy like what you need said. Upper body movement, foot movement, southpaw. It's a hard fight. Go ahead.
Who else shocked everybody? The Argentinian guy that faced the Puerto Rican kid last week.
What was that?
And dropped him. And dropped who? The Puerto Rican kid from New York.
Oh, Belanga. You talking about Belanga?
Belanga.
The Missouri middleweight. Yeah. Belanga was shocking. Yeah, that was shocking. That was like, I think that was PBC. That was PBC versus ESPN. And that guy, the Mexican guy, he shocked him, bro. Dropped him. Belanga. Everyone's talking about Belanga. You know what I mean? There's gassed on this. They like them. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden that guy got dropped on his back. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Dan.
And the Argentinian guy was outboxing him again.
Yeah,
boxing in and out, close.
He lucky.
Lateral movement.
Yeah, even Fat Joe. Listen, that card had so much with Wilder and Fury. I had Fat Joe, everyone talked about. Everyone saw that Wilder thing. Everyone saw that. Go ahead, Dan. You want to say something? Dan? Oh, good. You don't want to say nothing. Everyone was talking about that card. That Wilder Fury thing was lit. Go ahead, Dan. Are you a robot? You sound like a robot again. Dan. You sound like a robot. I don't know what's going on. Robot. You sound like a robot. Robot. You might have to go and come back out again. Yes, it's feedback. Yeah. I think you must be moving around. You're moving, innit? You're driving or something, innit? Yeah. I know you are. I know you. Yeah, when you move, shit was good. When we first started, it was good, but I know he's moved. Dan's on the move, man. Hey, what you need? Dan, you go yourself a mute. Nah, it sounds bad, Dan. Go on mute and come back. Come back in. What you need? I want to hear your take on the Wilder situation, because I want to hear what you take on the Wilder Fury last week. Go ahead.
It was a great fight. Wilder did himself proud, and Fury's a beast. Fury's a beast. I really enjoyed it. It's probably one of the greater heavyweight championship fights that I've seen. And we had like 5 knockdowns, and the guys just was kept on getting up. So it was fantastic, man. It was fantastic in that respect. Technically, much to be desired, but it's big guys. It's big. I mean, we're talking about what, 6'9", 6'7", big men. So I was very, very impressed with Wilder's determination and drive. As soon as he got knocked down, though, he sort of reverted to some of the things that he did before he got trained by Malik Scott. And the game plan sort of changed. It was about just going at Fury and throwing the right hand. And he wasn't setting it up with any jabs or anything. He was throwing 1 or 2 body punches, but mostly he was going at him with a jab, right hand, jab, right. So it was what it was. But fantastic fight, man. It was very exciting, very exciting. Defense was much to be desired in both guys at certain points. Tyson Fury was he was just coming straight down the center. It almost was like a brawl. It was like a straight out street fight at a certain point in time.
Yeah,
where it was just going at each other. And and then Tyson Fury, got behind his stick, behind his jab.
Yeah.
And that was just beautiful. I mean, the jab couldn't miss. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so we got my man Anthony McKinnon. He said Mikey got paid $7 million for the Vargas fight. Wow, that's a lot of money, and 1.5 lost the last night. Okay, that's a lot of money. Yeah, he ain't got it no more. He doesn't need to box. It's true. Like the first time. Yeah, his entire transition into TV and coaching and his dad's gym. It's true. Like a lot of guys, yeah, what's their motivation? You know what I mean? Like they try to get him up, but Mike, he ain't got it. Like I could tell. Dan said it, I said it. He ain't got the hunger, man, because like Wilder, like you said, Wilder showed the hunger, determination that AJ never had. He's another one. You know what I mean? AJ, he don't look like he's hungry. I don't care if he changes his team, if he go here. AJ, you're a millionaire, bro. AJ, because the heavyweight division, as we've seen, is the most lucrative division in boxing. Now, Mayweather was holding it down with De La Hoya, Pacquiao for a minute. Now, they all gone. Market, I don't think he was making that much, but I know he'll make it. But Mayweather and Pacquiao, De La Hoya for the longest, always getting meals because De La Hoya had all the celebrities coming, right? After that, when the heavyweight division is booming with Tyson Fury, that's the casual fans. I've never seen so many people talk about boxing last week. Yeah. It was great. YouTube, new channels, everywhere, everyone talking, everyone had an opinion about it. And like certain people trying to, it wasn't really a fight. I said, that shit, that's what boxing needs. You need people to go and Wilder's, when he looks back on it, it's like, yo, we done a trilogy. We want the best fights of boxing. People say Wilder cherry picked Fury. Yeah, he cherry picked, but he cherry picked a guy who beat Klitschko to get stakes with AJ. But now AJ's been knocked off.
Hell of a cherry pick.
Yeah, AJ's been knocked off now. AJ's knocked off, and I don't think he's gonna beat Usyk now because he don't look like he got the hunger. If he does,
you never know with AJ. You never know with AJ.
That's true. But you see. Yeah, but you see the thing, because AJ's gonna have to go into places he ain't been since Vladimir. You know what I mean? He gonna have to be willing to say, I'm gonna get knocked out. I'm willing to take some punches to get my shit back. You know what I mean? Are you willing? Sure. Are you that hungry? Because he just let his belt go out the window. Wilder fought for his, man. Wilder tried to get his shit back as best he can.
Well, and he almost did.
Yeah, he almost did. He did. Yeah, he did.
Well, yeah, so that's our point. Going back to the hunt is about are you willing to take what you can to get right back? And AJ doesn't have that mentality or style to do it. And that's what I tell people. It's like, to me, I say this at best. I think he wants to, but he knows in his heart, in his mind, that I don't have the resistance to take that many punches. So I got to be very careful.
Yeah, the chin.
Yeah, the chin. The chin is not that good, man. I'm sorry to say that. It's not that good.
So, but he got the heart of a lion, though. He got the heart of a lion. He will get back up. Oh yeah, he'll definitely get back up. But I think McCracken got to him mentally after the Klitschko and the Ruiz fight, the first one. And McCracken told him, like, dude, you keep getting sloppy every time you try to unload on those shots.
And every time you do that, you get caught. Look what happened to you against Dillian. Look what happened to you against Pavek. Look what happened to you against Ruiz the first fight. Yeah, look what happened to you. Well, pretty much at the Usyk fight. I mean, obviously he kind of ran out of gas towards the end of the fight, but
Usyk though, Usyk's no joke, man. I gotta tell y'all right now, Usyk in another level.
Oh, absolutely.
He's just so AJ can't go trying to play chess with Usyk. You can't play chess with that dude. You're gonna lose.
Of course not. I mean, and I tell people this too. Another thing, this is not Andy Ruiz. This is a guy who's not going to sit around and eat burgers and pizzas and drink beer for the next 6 months. He's not going to do that.
Footwork. You see his footwork? He had AJ guessing which direction he was going to go. I mean, constantly moving. I mean, oh my God.
Hey, we got. By the way, we got Gail Fortin in the house. Shout out to Gail. Gail, thanks for commentating. You know what I mean? AJ's been making his rounds in Southern California this weekend. That's what we heard. You know what I mean? Because Gail's from that part. I'm here too. I wonder why he's training. He's training and shopping down there. That's what we're thinking. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you know, I want to say something about that because. Go ahead. I was going to say though. I told you this yesterday that he's in LA where I'm at. He was on Slauson and Crenshaw, and I'm like, "Why is he over there for?" That's the hood. And I mean, many years ago, you couldn't set foot in that neighborhood, but he was over there, and I'm like, "Yeah." To your point, though, maybe he is training shopping. Maybe he is looking for a new trainer. But to be fair, though,
trainer, it's sometimes you need extra experience. You need somebody above your trainer to be able to, like when you watch Sean Porter and they in the corner with Errol Spence, they had what's his name? Barry Hunter.
Apparently he's teaming up with Canelo. Canelo's team. Hell no, that's not a good move. That's a lie.
No. I'm not sure about that one.
Hell no. Nah, I don't believe that shit. I think Andre Ward. I think he's gone to
Ward.
Andre Ward, Virgil Hunter. That's the one. Yeah. That's the one. That's where he needs to go.
Mayweather, get some extra.
Not Mayweather, man.
Not Mayweather.
Not Mayweather. Not Mayweather. Not Mayweather.
I'm just saying.
Not Mayweather. Mayweather's ego's out of control, bro. Like, I ain't messing with Mayweather, bro. That don't work. Like, he needs someone to calm, corner, the same kind of demeanor as Rob. Because Rob McCracken, he seems like he don't care too much. He don't. You know what I mean?
I think he made him into a champion, but to get to that next level that AJ is trying to look for, he needs to find somebody who's been there, done that with fighters, turn them around for this level of thing. And I saw.
Gail said Manny Robles is there. I know he isn't training him. He's down with training with Eddie Reynoso right now. I think that's where Andy Ruiz is now, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why. Maybe he's gone there to see what's his name again? Joshua Buatsi, because Joshua Buatsi trains in LA, and I think
he doesn't. No, he trains in Northern California.
Yeah, California. Sorry, California. Yeah, California.
Northern California.
Yeah, but still, I think he's gone over there. Like she said he's training. He's going around California, so I think he's going around. I think he's going to end up down there and see what Joshua Buatsi is up to down there. Because remember in America, you got better sparring partners. The trainers are different. The whole atmosphere is different. He needs hunger. AJ needs hunger to get back. Go ahead.
And maybe the particular approach to the fight, he needs a trainer who specializes in that particular approach he'll need for this particular fight.
Well,
so you have to get very specific.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. That's like a good point. But
Fury wanted to get more powerful, Wilder, so he went and coupled up with
Sugar Hill.
Hill.
Right, that's a good point. You definitely need that change. And let me just say this, man. 6 months is noble that you're making changes because that's what we're imploring him to do. So I guess he is moving in the right direction. But as Alexander Usyk's promoter, Alexander Khrushchev said, he said 6 months is not going to give him enough time to prepare for a guy like Usyk because you got a new trainer. You're going back into a very difficult fight. You got to learn new things. How can you fathom all that and process all that information within 6 months?
I'm gonna put it out here. On this network, exclusive. AJ, if you're listening to this, EJ, get this to AJ. Coach Barry Robinson Get in touch with that man, and he will make it happen for you. Coach Barry Robinson. It could be done. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, isn't Barry Robinson more in the amateur system?
No.
Yeah,
He's actually
right.
training that cruiserweight dude.
All them guys, yeah, are all
That
talk.
cruiserweight dude. What's his name?
Yeah, I know
Cruiserweight.
you. Yeah, I know you. I know you. You're talking about Lawrence Okoli went with him, but listen, them
Lawrence
guys.
Okoli.
Yeah. But listen, let me tell you something, right? If you want a good trainer, I know good trainers. You gotta understand. You're gonna need a trainer to make you build a southpaw. The best trainer is Eddie Mustafa Muhammad when he beat Marvin Johnson.
For sure,
He's the best trainer to calm. But the only thing is
Mayweather boxing gym.
Yeah, but the only
Still
problem,
gotta go there.
the only problem is that Eddie Mustafa, like a lot of these trainers, they're great trainers. They don't want to leave their surroundings, bro. They don't want to leave. Like Roy Jones comes over to Eubank because Eubank's got the money and he enjoys the traveling. But a lot of them trainers, great trainers, they don't want to leave their surroundings. So you have to go to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hundreds of miles over, you got to accommodate, and then you got to deal with the jet lag. Then you got to come back into the, you know what I'm trying to say? And that's really the problem about a lot of the trainers I found. Even though these guys are the right guys, you have to pay for, their families are over there, you know what I mean? And they got to uproot their family to leave. And some people just don't want to do that. So you got to come to them and stay where they at. And then you got to leave there to go to acclimatize. And it becomes a problem when you got a guy like Rob McCracken is deep though. Rob McCracken, AJ has to jump in from London, drive all the way to Sheffield. He's not that far. I guess it's like
2 hours.
Yeah,
2
something
hours.
Whatever. And just Sheffield, and then Rob McCracken in the amateur gym. So AJ been training amateur gyms, and he's the heavyweight, and he was like had all the belts of the heavyweight belt. So AJ is an overachiever in the situation he's been at. You know what I mean? In the situation he's been at, he's overachiever. But in terms of the training, you need someone to break down how to beat the southpaw. Real good trainer. Jonathan Banks would be my number one guy. I think that guy. They get along well. They work together in the Klitschko champ. I think they would get along better. He's a grade up from Adam from Rob McCracken. Yeah, he's a grade up. You know what I mean? Because when I talked to him, he was telling me about this is the first guy to tell me about in-ring adjustments, and then you adjust again. He was telling me about. I said to him, how when you fought when he was training Vladimir to fight Povetkin, I said to him, when you thought that, what was the mindset? He said, well, we know what's going to happen. So he had the first game plan. We're going to go in and box him. But when we hurt Povetkin, he's going to change into a monster. So we need to be ready to deal with that. And then if this works, he had every scenario covered. And I was like, whoa, because most people go into a fight, and then all of a sudden they have to adjust on the fly. But he doesn't do that. They adjust before. They have things prepared. If this guy turns like that, if he gets aggressive, we know what to do. If he becomes passive, we know what to do. If things are going right, then we continue the game plan. So they have multiple game plans in the fight. And what he called it was in-ring adjustments ready to go. So I think he would be the number one guy to replace Rob McCracken. Is Joshua willing to do that? Is he going to change uproot his camp? We have to find it. What's Gail Fortin
maybe
saying?
for that fight, he does that. You never know.
Noso training Frank Sanchez. He's a problem. Frank Sanchez is a problem, by the way. He's a problem. I think he's a problem. I like Frank Sanchez. I was impressed with
Cuban boxing, baby.
Yeah,
Cuban boxing.
What do you think about that one, guys?
Bad boy.
Yeah, let me just say
dropped,
this.
though. He got dropped by a jabber. They didn't count that, but he got dropped.
Let me just say this. FA job, it was time. I mean, the time was coming for him when he was going to fight somebody like on one level where he was going to really. I mean, I'm just being honest. I wasn't really high on FA job because I mean, this guy in the amateurs was getting rocked by guys, with with higher ounce gloves. He was getting dropped, and looking at that Kolodzic fight, that was about 2 years ago. I mean, he got dropped by a natural cruiserweight and got almost knocked out in that fight. This was his last fight on PBC. I was very concerned about that. I was like, wait a minute, that is concerning because Jabba, if you look at his deficiencies, the guy is very slow-footed. He's too upright, too stationary, too stiff, doesn't really move his head. He's got obviously he's got a powerful right.
Don't move his head, but he has a nice jab. Nice jab.
Yeah, nice jab, nice left hook. But other than that, I knew the time was coming when somebody was going to really put it on Jabba and really make him look bad. And I didn't like this matchup with Frank Sanchez. It was a unique matchup, but I said to everyone, I was like, you know what? I don't like FA's chances in this fight. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean, Dan? I was like, dude, I don't like his chances. This opponent that he's facing right here is a switch hitter. He can give him angles. He's got power. He's got great defense. Unbelievable footwork for a heavyweight. I'm sorry, man. I don't like FA's chances. Very sharp. Counterpuncher. Right.
He's not a he's not a typical Cuban fighter because the Cuban school of fighters they're defensive, they're defense first, but this guy it pretty much is an offensive fighter all around. So, and I said that, I don't like this matchup for FA. He's going to get. I don't be surprised if he gets knocked out in this fight. I mean, he didn't get knocked out, but he got put down and got hurt many times, and several times in that fight. So, and I, like I said though, I knew the right ones on the wall for FA as soon as this fight was signed. I'm just being honest. Now, where did you go?
Okay, I know that.
Yeah, I knew. I mean, look, I'm not saying.
You know why? I say that because you see the thing is FA job, but a lot of them guys they be fighting guys that are supposed to win. This is the first time this is a step up, and this is what I'm saying. And I ain't never seen Frank. So this is a fight that you okay. I don't know who gonna win. I'm just gonna sit back and relax. And it was a great card. That was one of the best cards, by the way, in boxing. People complain about boxing, PBC, ESPN. Yo, Stella, that shit was great. Top rank, yo, that was dope. They put on a great card. Now that fight right there, out of that, I didn't even know too much about him because they ain't been fighting top tier competition. That was the first time I saw these two where anyone could win. And this guy Frank Chase, to me, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his because I looked at him and said that guy is a problem.
He don't have the greatest power in the world, but
he has respectable
boxing IQ.
Yeah, IQ, man.
Up there, bro.
Oh, he controlled it. Even FA job was like, if you step up, you're gonna get in. So Gal says, FA job was too stiff, but I think Frank Sanchez made him stiff, girl. You know what I mean? He made him hesitant.
He's always been that way.
He made him think. No, he made him like that because I see FA job, but when he's confident, that guy comes in bubbly, flowing, and he's gonna knock you out. But when that fight, he's like,
I'm gonna say this. After the Kolodzic fight, FA struggled in his previous fight. It struggled right after that. Yeah. Look at the Johnny Rice fight. You could argue that he kind of lost. I'm not saying. I mean, he may have won it, but I thought Johnny Rice fought a much closer fight than what the judges suggested when that was his first fight on ESPN, by the way. That FA job and Jonathan Rice fight. The same guy that beat Michael Coffey the other,
but these guys there, but them guys ain't nothing special, so I don't rate them. I don't rate that fight. If Frank Sanchez stand, and FA Jogbar is a main event card on the undercard, and Gail said that people in Vegas when they see it's early because they knew that shit. I ain't missing that fight. That fight ain't missing that one. And then the one after that, I ain't missing that one. Then you had we're gonna talk the Nordic Warrior. We're gonna see him against the Polish guy.
Elenius and Konaki.
We're gonna talk about that one after. So what I'm saying is that Frank Sanchez to me emerges as a problem in the division that I didn't see. That guy's a Rubik's cube, and you ain't about. He had respectable power. That Joffa said, "Yo, if I roll up, I'm gonna get knocked out. I don't want to get knocked out." And he put that in his head. He said, and Frank says, you could see he made a silent agreement. Telly Atlas said it's called a silent agreement. It's like if you behave, then I won't knock you out. That's what Frances did with him. I was like, yo, he just kept him under control. And Cuban boxers like, you look, don't step up. Don't build. If you don't step up, then there ain't gonna be no problems. But if you act the fool, I'm gonna put you down. But you're right, that was a knockdown. But in the day, Jobbar stepped up, and you see he wasn't with Ronnie Shields. He abandoned Ronnie Shields, and I don't know who was in his corner, but Ronnie
Shields actually left him.
No. FA Jobbar left him. He left him. I saw an interview. He left him, and because people gassed him up, and they told him stuff in his ear, and he went and left. When he came over from Nigeria, he didn't know nothing, and Ronnie Shields looked after him and everything. And he left him. So
Ronnie Shields is a hell of a trainer, man.
Exactly, he left him. So when you looked in the corner, it's like, yo, and this guy's got the Cuban. I said, nah, he ain't gonna beat him. So we're gonna move on to the Hellenius, and Kanaki. All right, good. Dan, you go first, and then what you need.
Man, let me just say this: Robert Hellenius has kind of rejuvenated himself as a top level heavyweight, in my view. I mean, look, the Kornacki win. Nobody expected him to win the first fight. I wasn't expecting it, and some people felt that him beat Kornacki the way he did the first fight was a fluke. He proved everyone wrong in the second fight, so embarrassed him again. So I think Kornacki is the one. I'm not Kornacki. I'm sorry. Hellenius is the one people need to look out for, because if you look at the Dillian White fight, the first 4 rounds, and EJ and I remember this very well. Yeah. Not Konaki. Damn, I keep saying Konaki. Hellenius. Yeah, Hellenius was schooling and beating up Dillian White the first 4 rounds, making him look bad. Dillian was confused in there until Hellenius broke his hand. He stopped punching after that. So, if anything, if Hellenius didn't break his hand, I know there's a lot of wouldas, couldas, shouldas. I think he would have gotten Dillian out of here, because there was some spots in that fight that Dillian was seriously hurt, and he could have got knocked out in that fight. So, you got to watch out for Hellenius, man. He's no joke.
He's a very serious contender at this point. And he's this close to getting a title shot against two, because I know he's ranked high by the WBA. So they may make a final eliminator between him and Daniel Dubois. If they were to do that, I'll favor Helenius to win that fight. No joke. I'm gonna favor him to beat Dubois. That's just my take on it. I think he's more craftier. He's got the better skills. He's got the reach. He's definitely got the power. So I'm gonna favor Helenius to win that fight.
Go ahead.
If they were to make that.
Go ahead, what you need.
Defense, baby. Defense wins you fights. And Kawanaki had no defense. He had a lot of offense. And Helenius had that defense. And what comes after the defense? The offense. So popping that jab and a nice little hook on him, and then boom, there go the right hand. So it was all night. All night it was there. Kawanaki was hitting too many low blows though. I swear he didn't want that guy to have no more.
Well, he pulled off Felix Trinidad. I'm sorry to say that, because Trinidad. I'm just saying, no disrespect to Trinidad, and I mentioned this. Trinidad was known to do shit like that when he was in trouble in fights. When he got hurt early or get put down, what does Trinidad do? He resorts to dirty tactics by slowing down his opponents, by hitting them low. I mean,
Cotto too.
It is.
We got Cotto too. Cotto
did
the same thing.
Cotto did the same thing. That's what they do. Is like when they're in trouble, they go low just to slow you down. I mean, I wish there's a rule against that, a stringent rule, but unfortunately there isn't. So
almost bust that guy nuts, man.
Hell, ask Fernando Vargas, because Fernando Vargas is still bitter about that fight. The way that Trinidad was low blowing him and the hell out of him just to slow him down, but it worked. So it is what it is. But anyhow, that was a terrific card, man. That heavyweight card that we saw 2 weeks ago. Terrific card.
Fantastic. It brought back boxing back. That's why we watch boxing, and our sport has the potential still, to be the home run, to be the head honcho, the numero uno of the thing. And in Fury and Wilder, they show people that it's still there. Now, regardless of how people, this guy was winning the fight, you knew Wilder was a danger in the damn fight. He was a danger. Even when he was hot. You never knew that. You never knew he might come back, and that's what Wilder wanted his chance. Did Mark Breland stop the fight too early? I don't know, because when that fight, because you know why? Because Wilder's ears was still bleeding when they sat down in the third fight. Wilder's ear was bleeding. No, but Wilder, I know. But when Wilder got knocked down by Fury, he got up after. So his ear was still bleeding. People got so much controversy about the count and all them things there. And I'm like, okay, maybe the referee did make a mistake on the count. But I don't. If the referee would stop the fight as Fury getting up, people would have been screaming. So it's one of them ones that you kind of let the action go. You know what I mean? Let the damn thing done. I don't want to hear no more. Excuses. We don't want to have this fight stopped and we have to see a full fight.
Right.
Let that scenario go. Maybe we might see it again at some point, but Wilder needs to reestablish himself. We want to see Fury now be the heavyweight champion that we expect. We want to see you fight. This is what the fight said. We got number one contender, WBO, Joe Joyce. We might want to see that one. We got number one contender, WBC, Dillian White. And the IBF, we got Felix Hovage waiting over there as well. So these are all winnable fights for Fury. Then you have the winner out of AJ and Usyk. So next, what the fight? All them fights there, Fury can win. Potentially can win. Is he gonna take them? I don't know.
I don't know, but he ain't gonna take all of them. I tell you that, because this fool coming out talking about retirement all of a sudden, because he's even admitted that third Wilder fight took something out of him, which he could be. It slowed him down. So don't be surprised if Fury decides to become a franchise champion by the WBC. I'm just saying. Don't be surprised when that happens, because he's being dismissive about Dillian White. He doesn't even want to talk about Dillian White right now. He's like, fuck that. I'm not talking about that fight.
Listen, and you see the thing is, we had a heavyweight we got a heavyweight dinner where we had so what will we have first, right? We have AJ Usyk, right? Then we have a break. And then we have Fury. We have Wilder, a break. And then what we got coming up, like not next week.
Dillian White on Wally.
Dillian White to Wallen. Great.
Oh yeah, that's a good fight too. I love that one. That's a good fight.
And Dillian can lose that fight too. He can lose that fight.
So we've got a heavyweight dinner, and what we're looking at is like the heavyweight division is emerging as clearly like the most exciting division in boxing when they're fighting top tier competition because anyone could lose. Hey, who's got Dillian White winning that fight? I don't know if he's gonna win the fight.
He could. He got the skills.
Otto Williams a problem, though, ain't it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's a problem because Otto Williams he gave Fury hell, bro. He gave Fury hell. So we don't know if Dillian's gonna win that fight. What Dillian's gonna turn up? He's gonna turn up the one who fought the one. What's that guy? The one with the drug situation. What's that guy's name again?
I know who you're talking about. The Colombian guy.
Yeah. That fight, that guy.
Oscar Rivas.
Yeah, we don't know who's gonna win that fight, but Fury and Sugar Hill, man, they're a serious combination. That's a serious combination there. I think the IQ. We talking about boxing IQ. Shit, they ain't gonna be a problem. Fury knows how to fight inside, back foot, and the back foot, the front foot.
And he just naturally got the heart power.
What's that?
He took a full-blooded right hand from Deontay Wilder. Got smashed onto the ground and got right back up. He got that thing in him to fight. He just naturally got it. He a beast. Wilder too, because Wilder get knocked down, he just get back up. I was like, Jesus.
100%, man. These fights are the fight that fans, some good matchups. Boxing saw that the YouTubers are taking over. We saw everyone this. You saw the old timers, Evander Holyfield, the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. We're like, yo, enough is enough. Can we start making the fights now? If they don't make the fights, you're gonna kill off our sport. And what you saw is the first big card of the year. Tyson Fury. What a tremendous undercard. Bob Arum, stop complaining and blaming Al Heyman for this stupidness. If he didn't do that from day, we'd have had a fight long time ago. De La Hoya, what they've done, they've united against Eddie Hearn. In fact, Eddie Hearn done a good thing, right? He upset them so much that they thought, you know what, we're gonna run Eddie Hearn out of America. So that's what they're doing. They blackballed Eddie Hearn, and they've joined together in solidarity to get rid of Eddie Hearn. And it's funny, right? It's like, because they were arguing amongst each other. So now we've got everyone arguing that Eddie Hearn's been blackballed in a fence, and he's sitting there and he can't make no deals. It's like, oh shit, he can't make no deals. He can't get no deals with Devin Haney. Has to beg on the begging bowl. He got Dimitri Andrade on the begging bowl. AJ's about to get knocked off your number one prospect, and Canelo's not coming back to Eddie Hearn in the zone. There's no way. Why would you do that when you're on PVC?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny though? You know what's funny? Everybody was targeting Eddie Hearn in the zone, and now Thriller has come on the scene.
Oh yeah, it's another one. That's
and now they want to go at Thriller. It's funny, man. If you're the new kid on the block, they really go at you. They have a good go at you.
Oh, Thriller, that's another one. My man VA Money's just jumped in.
Oh, speaking of that, speaking of Thriller, y'all forgot one heavyweight you need to look out for, Michael Hunter.
That's a bad boy.
Look out for Michael.
Michael Hunter could beat Fury. People were talking about. VA, what's your take on that? What's up, bro?
Hunter's a bad boy.
VA Money. Oh, you're on mute, bro. You have to take off your mute. I don't know. He ain't saying nothing. I don't think he could beat him. I don't think Michael Hunter could beat Fury. I don't think so. What you guys?
Well, I don't know. Don't be surprised. Don't sleep on Michael Hunter, man, because I remember people were saying that he didn't have a chance against Michael Cole. They thought he was too small. He was going to get outworked. He was going to get dominated by a bigger, stronger, and longer-armed heavyweight. And look what he did to Bukov. Look what he did to Sergey Kuzma. They thought he couldn't win that fight.
He beat Povetkin. He beat Fing as well. He beat Povetkin.
Yeah, he arguably beat Povetkin. I thought he beat Povetkin, but it is what it is. Okay. But yeah, don't sleep on Michael Hunter, man. In fact, somebody mentioned this too. As soon as Michael Hunter and Alexander Usyk is going to come up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, don't be surprised that they won't, that they be able to beat one of these heavyweights, these top heavyweights, in which they've been doing so far, both of them. So Alexander Usyk's win against Hunter is actually aging very well, extremely well.
Yeah.
So but yeah, man, look out for Michael Hunter too, because he's gonna be looking for a title shot pretty soon. I think he's ranked high by the WBC. So Tyson Fury might want to take him. Nah, don't take that fight, man. That's the dangerous voluntary defense, the dangerous one right there. But that's if Fury.
Hunter's the problem.
Yeah, Hunter's a big problem.
And Usyk are a problem. Those two guys, they're trouble.
Yeah, but let me just say this: Fury's not. I don't think he's going to defend against White. I could be wrong, but I don't think he.
Fury, you don't think Fury gonna fight Dillian White?
I don't. He's
defending his bout against Wilder, so he's got a year. That's why Dillian's being active fight Otto Wallin. a southpaw, I kind of like help him, but I think he's got a year to negotiate. There's no hurry for him to negotiate because he just defended his belt now, so he's got a year.
Yeah, he's got like a 6 months. I think he's got a 6 month. Does he have a 6 month medical?
Yeah. No, it's usually within a year, like from the time he lost, from the time he defended it against Wilder. So he has a year from that date to go. So they can have it before. They can have it before, but you have a year within. So you can do it 6 months or whenever. But whenever. So Fury right now. Wilder. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to him, bro. Fury said, when Wilder knocked him down, he said he broke his ankle. That's what he said. That's why he was on the floor for so long looking. Because I think when Fury was on the ground, you looked at him. He was like, is he gonna get up? And I was like,
he was breathing hard
really
too. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, because he was testing his ankle. He's like, shit, my ankle. Because remember, this guy's 6'9". When a big guy goes down, it's hard for him to get back up. So he thought, did my ankle? Because you see him fall, his ankle went underneath him. So Fury was going through all kinds of shit. Wilder smoked these boots.
And Wilder pretty much knocked him out because he said he didn't remember hitting the ground. He didn't remember hitting the ground.
They took a lot of licks out of each other. Oh, people coming at like everything's okay, but they took some serious punishment.
Yeah, so a lot of people, and it's another thing that's kind of disturbing too. A lot of people, some of the Fury fans who came on my channel, they said, "Well, Fury carried Wilder to 11th round." I was like, "No, he didn't. Stop it." I'm like, dude, this guy's like, dude, you're giving Fury too much credit. No, he did not, man. That man tried very hard to get him out after the 6th round, but couldn't do it. Crazy. He tried. Don't. If you want to talk about carrying a fighter, look at Floyd Mayweather when he fought Conor McGregor. He carried Conor McGregor because Floyd didn't really take no damage in that fight.
Carried him. Yo, VA, you there?
Yeah. Static VA.
You got technical problems, bro. You got technical problems.
Yeah, I'll jump out of the back.
Yeah, you got technical problems, bro. Like it's like you can't hear your audio thing. You did it for your phone, bro. See, I know what's going on. I'm getting echo. 1 minute, I'm up to your mute because you're getting echo right there. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I don't think you're carrying him down. I know what you're talking about.
Look, man. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, V, I think he's on the mobile connection, not on the Wi-Fi. That's probably why he's having issues. Yeah, like I said, I could be wrong. I hope he goes through with the Dillian White fight. But again, when he's talking about retiring, I'm not thinking about any other fighters.
Who says he'll face Dillian White?
I'm sorry? What's up?
Who says he'll face Dillian White? It might be Otto Wallen again.
That's true.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, you feel okay? Let's talk about. You think Otto Wallen gonna beat Dillian White?
He could. He's got the reach. He's got the height over Dillian. He's about an inch taller. Yeah, he's about an inch taller than Dillian.
And he's a southpaw.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys on this one. Do you believe Deontay Wilder's apology to Tyson Fury?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Well, let me just say this. It's like he understands the situation for what it is, but that doesn't mean he totally likes Tyson Fury. He respects him now, but that doesn't mean he still likes him. You see what I mean? It's like Joe Frazier, for example. He respected Muhammad Ali, but he still didn't like him after they retired. He still couldn't stand the guy, but he still respected him, you know? So that's how I saw that not apology. I saw the statement. It was the right thing to do. I know a lot of people were complaining that Wilder, and rightfully so, Wilder should have been more congratulatory towards Fury at the end of the fight. But I said, look, you should understand that the man went through a very difficult war. He was taking a lot of punishment. He was in there trying his best to win the fight. He was almost successful at it too. You could see where he's coming from. He didn't want to hear it. He was like, "Fuck that, man." You know, I ain't giving you no respect. That's how you gonna feel in a very difficult fight as a fighter. I mean, in a situation like that, give him a day or two to process the situation for what it is, and then he's gonna come back and say something, with sincerity to Fury. It's the right thing to do.
He thought Fury was cheating. He literally sincerely thought Fury was cheating. So,
well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the fight, right? If you look at it, he was headlocking Fury. I mean, Fury was headlocking him a lot, and the referee told Fury not to do it, but he kept doing it. And that is a form of getting away with cheating in a way. I'm not talking about glove game, but when you're headlocking an opponent like that and leaning on him, that's illegal. You can't do that. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what Wilder should have done, he should have done something about that in the situation. If somebody's going to headlock you like that, you punch him in the fucking groin and let them know you're not going to headlock me like that again. You need to do that.
He should have done that. But it is what it is. He accepted the situation for what it is. You know, it's the right thing to do. You show the man respect. You gave the fans what they want. A great heavyweight fight, one of the greatest heavyweight fights I've seen trilogy-wise. It's not the greatest, but it is one of the greatest I've ever seen. Even though Wilder didn't.
It's crazy to me because I never seen that.
I know why to apologize. I know why to apologize, but I say I like the idea. He told Fury to get stuffed because he showed that Wilder's one of them guys there. Like he really believed that he cheated, and he's like, I don't give a shit, and he really wanted to hurt him, and the shit didn't happen. But at the same time, the apology, it kind of calmed people down because like, oh man, why would you give this guy respect, man? But at the same time, I like Wilder's defiance, man. I like the defiance. I don't like the excuses now. I don't like them excuses, but I like the defiance. Like I ain't give you no props because I think Fury does some shifty shit, man. And you know when Wilder went down, he's on his knees, and there's pictures of Wilder's on his knees and Fury's hands up in the air like Ali had to overlisten. Shit, man, I ain't seen that. I ain't seen no black man on the biggest stage get his ass whooped like that.
Joe Kawasaki and Jeff Lacey. I know there was
a heavyweight in the heavyweight division. The last time you see a black guy get his ass whipped, there's two of them in the heavyweight division, right? In talking about the heavyweight championship, right? You talk about Ingemar Johansson beating Floyd Patterson in the first, right? And then you saw
Rocky Marciano and Joe Louis.
Marciano. No, Joe, not only Joe Louis and Archie Moore. Like, you know what I'm saying? So on the biggest stage, like, yo, you can't take. But when you see Sugar Hill in the corner, you look at Fury come all the way from the UK to America and got a top coach, and that's what it does. You need to have a top coach. It shows you important. You need a guy in the corner. When I saw Sugar Hill, and all I saw is Emmanuel Stewart. Get it out of here! You gonna kill us? Where's the jab? Let's go to jab. I was like,
he was yelling at him. He's like, you doing that flicky flacky jab bullshit? All you do is to put the straight jab in his face and get this motherfucker out of here. Get this motherfucker out of here.
Get this motherfucker. You see, Fury's a student of the game. Wilder disrespected down in Alabama talking, I'm a king, I'm a warrior. Y'all want to hear that shit? You need to learn your sweet science. You need to go hang out with what you need. You need to hang out with Dan the man. And that's what it is. You got to learn your craft. Let me see you, VA. You back, VA?
Yeah.
Oh, he is. There he is. There he is. Yeah. There he is. So, VA, give us your jump in. Give us your take of what you heard.
Are you talking about in regards to AJ versus what?
We was just talking about Wilder's excuse. Do you believe Wilder's excuse?
Like his apology.
Apology. Yeah, his apology. Sorry, yeah.
Of course, it wasn't a genuine apology, but it was expected of him. So that's why he had to do it. You know what I mean? Everybody has PR people at that level. You know what I mean? He has a public image, so he has to play his position. You know, he has to conduct himself accordingly. But if you ever consider yourself a friend of somebody, a fighter friend, as Mike Tyson would say, and you pull a guy from literally, as he would describe it himself, the depths of hell, you motivate a guy to lose 200 pounds and get back on top of the world, and then the guy starts punching you bare knuckle in the middle of a championship fight with these floppy gloves. You know what I mean? And it's all kind of weird stuff. And you guys don't have to believe it. Just look up, what's the guy's name? I think it's Engleberry or something like that. It's a journeyman fighter.
I got him. I interviewed him on my channel. Yeah, I got.
Yeah. So like, you don't even have to interview him. You just see the footage. So Tyson Fury was not on the up and up for the second, or first or second fight. I will say that I didn't like the excuses that Wilder came up with after the second fight. Of course, Tyson cheated, but so what? This is boxing. You know what I mean? Put controls in place. You got you were granted the third fight. Put controls in place to make sure he doesn't cheat again, and then handle your business. Listen. I've been a Deontay Wilder fan, boxing fan, since right after the Olympics. Since nobody knew who he was. Like the heavyweight boxing was in the dark periods during that time. The white guy Jay Diaz used to post hype videos on YouTube of Deontay Wilder working out in that little garage gym that they have. I've been a fan since that. This is before LDBC. This was when it was just blood boxing, the casino, and all. You know what I mean? This is before all that stuff. And all the way up until now, I've been a fan of this guy, defending him against the haters that talk about he fights nothing but bums. but I lost a lot of respect for him after that second fight. You know, listen, you got knocked out. The guy cheated. Okay, so what? This is boxing. You know what I mean? Handle like get back on your horse. Like I said, put controls in place and go fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. I think if they say he broke his hand, he was complaining about the gloves. I think the gloves he picked, man. I know he broke his hand, but he broke Fury. Fury got a hard head. Fury took that shot right on the flush of his cranium, bro. Done his ankle and stuff like that. But you know, I said, look, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I like Wilder when he told him "F you." I don't give a fuck with you, man. You a cheater. I like that shit. No, I did, bro. Because you know what he says to me? I'm not bending. Yeah, you beat me, but I'm not bending to you, bro. I like the defiance. Now we saw the letter after a year. It was a good fight for the fans and all that shit. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that because I didn't see you say it. I know it's been written down. I know it's been written down, but I didn't see you say it. So far as I'm like, I still like Wilder. I like Fury. I got massive respect for Fury in terms of his boxing IQ and what he needed to do to win the fight. He made adjustments. He couldn't beat Wilder on the outside because that's where that right hand was gonna come again. So he said, shit, I'm gonna close that gap. I'm gonna start working to his body. I'm gonna grapple him. Like Dan the man said. Where Wilder's shortcomings were, he didn't bring a wrestler into the camp. Fury went to WWE. He been messing with Triple H, and they've been tickling his balls, and they've been telling him how to do wrestling. He ain't learned that shit. You know what I mean? That's what he ain't learned no wrestling. So you got you're an American. You're in America, bro. You go Midwest down to Mayweather. You can go over the other side down to the Crunk in Detroit. You can go down in California. You can go here anywhere, the Bay Area, anywhere to get that knowledge. This guy traveled from the UK over to the Crump gym and learn what he needs to do to whoop your ass. And you got an American trainer to do so. So what's your problem now? You over in Alabama, like your bro, boxing's about IQ, smartness, and really and truly you got outsmart. The adjustments they made, Wilder made, was we saw his adjustments, right? Then Fury adjusted. Then you had nothing else left. That's what happened. You couldn't adjust, and that's what boxing is about. I would have taught Wilder how to wrestle. When I'm teaching my amateurs, I teach them how to grapple because when you grapple, you can breathe, and by the time you put your weight on the guy, you can work, and that's what Fury did. He just used his size. You knew he was going to use that shit. Wilder pushing. Why are you pushing weights, bro? What he really needs to learn, he needs to know how to slip out of the holds. You know, Ric Flair. He should have bought Ric Flair. Woo! He should have brought him into the camp. And
he could have brought Roberto Duran because Roberto Duran was a master of that too. Because when he was
but you don't know. What I'm trying to say to you, all he needs to do is get out of wrestling. He don't really. I didn't really want him fighting in there. I want him to be able to counter what Fury was doing when he headlocked him. He could see Adrian Broner when he went against Marcus McDonough. When Marcus was trying to put him in a headlock, what did he do? He slipped around and tried to bang him from. I don't like what he was doing from behind him, but that's the kind of thing you do when someone headlocks you. You know what I'm saying, Steve? Think about it, right? That's what Madonna, and that's why Madonna. Every time Madonna put his hand around the neck, Madonna, he slipped around. You learn that stuff from the amateurs, bro.
That was my favorite fighter back in the day too, Adrian Bro,
exactly. AB was nice, bro, but he fell out. Too much money corrupts everything, and we was
no. The issue with Adrian Broner is that he didn't have anybody in his camp that could be real with him and check him on his limitations. He moved from 35 to 47 to fight Maidana.
Yeah,
with Robert Garcia and Alex Ariza. What's the guy's name? The health and fitness trainer in his corner.
Yeah.
Like he should have never did that shit. He should have stayed. He should have stayed at 135 for some years and then moved to 140.
No, but he ain't got no discipline. Listen, when I talked to Mike Stanford, right? He told me Adrian Broner was the type of guy, when he was coming out amateurs, he knew that he was going to get himself in trouble. So when he went in jail and he got out, he turned him pro immediately. He knew he was going to be a flash in the pan, so he can bring the other amateurs through. So Adrian Broner was going to be, I remember again, he earning mad money, he gassed up, rap stars, all that shit. There's no way he going to stay eating steak and potato for breakfast. He wasn't going to stay at 135, even though I agree with you, was nice at 135. I liked him down there.
But that was the issue. So
he was disciplined. Yeah, and then he moved up.
He had a contract. He had a contract on the table. If he would have beat Maidana, I think he would have got a 3-fight, $75 million deal or something like that.
But see, the thing is, this is another thing he made a mistake. He beat Paulie Malignaggi right? I think like it was a close fight, you know, but he beat Paul Manaji, and then he asked the fans who you want me to fight, Matisse or Marcus Madonna. Like that's some dumb shit, bro. Like why you?
No,
You know,
I think it was Conor or Matisse. I mean, no,
it was that
Conor or Maidana. I think it was
Connor.
Conor or Maidana.
Yes,
Oh no, was it Conor
Amir
Maidana
Khan.
or was that for Floyd?
Amir
No,
Khan,
no,
you
no.
said Amir Khan, no, Amir Khan, no, not Amir Khan. It was
No,
Lucas
my bad.
Matisse. There was a
Yeah, you're
poll,
right.
Okay.
Lucas Matisse or Marcus Madonna, and that's what happened with AB. But what we're talking about here is discipline now, right? So Mikey Garcia, he another one. He got a rich contract with the Zone, and it looked to me like you picked some unknown guy. And you looked at his knockout, but Pacquiao happened to Pacquiao as well just the other day. Losing Ustav. Like that guy looked at his record, he ain't got no punch, he ain't got no punching power. But both these guys, yeah, they were active, man. They were both active guys. You're picking guys who are regularly fighting, and you been on a layoff. That shit don't go work, man. That ain't gonna work. Like that's miracle. You got a miracle, man. I ain't gonna lie. When Pacquiao picked Furman, it was perfect because Furman didn't look good against what's his name again? José Lopez. But when he went against the Pacquiao, I was surprised Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman, though. I was like, yo, that shit shot me. But you never know in boxing. You never know. You know, boxing always got up.
Las Vegas had like a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, hey, what you
On
need,
paper,
yeah?
it's not a 50-50 fight. Like on paper, I'm like you on paper. It's like Keith Thurman should send Pacquiao to the moon. 40-year-old
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, you
Like,
go.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you see the fight, it's like it was 50-50 fight.
Oh,
Like that's crazy.
Pacquiao ran away with that shit. Keith Thurman was running for his life in that shit. He got body checked up, bro. He got checked up. Hey, what you need?
The first 6 rounds, he was tumbling over.
Yeah, man, he running for his life. Hey, what you need? Dan the man, do you know the odds on what's his name again? Thingy Martinez versus Mikey Garcia? Because them odds must have been crazy, bro. Someone got rich. Yo, someone got paid.
It was 10-1, the lowest, and then went all the way up to like 14 and 16 to 1.
My
I thought it was 18-1. One of the odds I seen was 18-1.
I listened to the boxing voice. I listened to the boxing voice, and there was a lot of guys that had that tip. There was guys calling in like, "Yo, get Martin," and they were explaining it like Martin is he is actual 140 guy. Like he is.
You
know what I mean? Like traditional. Like he started.
And the 10 rounder. And they made it 10 rounds as well. That was the key. When I saw the 10 rounds, that's a problem because that guy fights 10 rounds. Mikey Garcia is a 12-round fighter. And you see Mikey in the 10th round started coming hard. You know what I mean? If he had 2 more rounds, I think Mikey would have got to him. Now, whether it would have stopped him, it would have been another thing. But Mikey was, hey, listen, he looked like he ate too much. He I don't know where his ambition was, man. I don't know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't going down to doing nothing. I don't know whatever.
I know about that.
Okay, hold it. So this is what Mexicans look like, bro. You guys don't have Mexicans like that in Europe. When you look on TV and you see motherfuckers like Ryan Garcia and Canelo, that's like I put the needles in your chat. Listen, I used to gamble boxing, bro. Mayweather versus Pacquiao. I bet I think a little bit over $10,000 on that fight, bro. Because they had VADA testing, and I knew if Pac-Man wasn't going to be allowed to do what Alex Ariza wanted him to do, he was going to be less aggressive, he's going to be less explosive, and Floyd's going to be able to take advantage of that. I won money off that fight. Nobody thought he was going to win. I won money off that fight. I won money off of Carson Jones and Brian Rose because I know Carson Jones is on something. He knocked Brian Rose out in the first round. You remember that fight? Like I think it was like 2015, 2014.
Yeah. I remember that.
Carson Jones. He lost in a rematch. He fought Kell Brook and almost beat Kell Brook too. Remember that? So this is a real thing in boxing, bro. So when you guys see a guy like Mikey Garcia as a Mexican, that's what the fuck he's supposed to look like. When you see Canelo Alvarez, he looks like Captain America, but he's Mexican. That's bullshit. When you see Ruiz, that's what they supposed to look like, bro. All this shit about like, oh, he's soft and stuff like that. Listen, look at Omar Figueroa. Look at Bam Bam. Look at all these guys. They're supposed to look like that. That's what Mexicans look like, bro. It's rare that a Mexican has shredded up 6-pack with fucking lats with a Christmas tree. That's what they call it in bodybuilding. When you have the lines on your lats, when you have the definition off your lats, like Canelo has, dog, that's bodybuilding shit. You know what I mean? That's not. This guy's he's on clenbuterol to drop his body fat down.
Oh, Canelo?
Yeah, like how he got popped for 3 years ago.
What do you think about him and Caleb Plant then?
He's gonna he's gonna send Caleb Plant to the moon. Caleb Plant doesn't know how to listen. Who on Caleb Plant's resume is supposed to prepare him for somebody like Canelo?
Yeah, but who's Canelo fought? Who's Canelo fought in the last like 6 fights, bro? Euro bum.
Canelo doesn't fight nobody.
Exactly. So Caleb Plant, is fought better competition than bloody him. Like Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith, them Euro bums ain't doing nothing. They ain't fought no one themselves. Like what David Lemieux, they ain't fought no one. So I like, you know what I mean. But I, you know what I'm saying. I got Caleb Plant in that fight. I think the American, you know, I think the Vanilla is gonna win that fight. But I mean, I'm gonna put Canelo on that one. I got him on that one. All right, I'm gonna talk about. Let me change this up real quick. I hope Dan jumps back in. We're gonna talk about female boxing right now. Savannah Marshall won on the weekend. Then she beat some unknown African girl. You know what I mean? Who's I think the girl who used to be a welterweight who fought at super middleweight. But they're gonna fight that Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. What's anyone's take on that? Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. And is Clarissa Shields getting paid off to lose against Savannah Marshall? Savannah Marshall, to me, like she looks good against these girls that no one cares about, but Clarissa Shields is the real deal. You know what I mean? And why is Clarissa Shields giving up ground to fight in the UK? I mean, they're paying her what she wants, so I think she's gonna have a fight. Both of them are gonna fight in December on the same card against unknown opponents, whatever bums, whatever. I don't know. I shouldn't call them bums. Unknown opponents, and they're gonna fight each other. What's your take on that shit? Clarissa Shields giving up ground. And what's your take on how you think that fight's gonna go? Damn the man. Okay, what you need?
Clarissa, she's gonna beat her, and that'll be that.
Is that it?
It ain't the amateurs. It's the pro game. Clarissa Shields has fought how many world champions? How many world champions has Clarissa Shields fought?
She fought Manny Multi, but
okay,
you know. Hey, you been rolling. Hey, what you need? Hey, listen to this. Hey, I'm gonna put this out there. What you need was the first person told me that I think Clarissa Shields could beat Terence Crawford in a.
I never said that.
What'd you say? We was talking about sparring.
I said she could last 3 rounds sparring Terence Crawford.
But you remember,
fair enough.
Remember, I talked to Clarissa Shields a couple of days after that auction. She said, "Hell no."
She said that. Okay.
But
she sparred Errol, right? Errol Spence.
Yeah.
She said he hit hard as hell.
But she sparred Tank too. I give her credit. I ain't gonna lie to you though. She said she could beat up some men. I ain't gonna lie. She probably can. But a professional athlete.
Not Keith Thurman. Not Keith Thurman.
No. Keith Thurman sent us to the moon.
Hey Dan. Hey, what's your take, Dan? Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields finally happening. I won't see that fight. Okay, Dan's on mute. VA, go ahead. What's your good? Money, what's up?
Yeah, so I think the energy around this fight that makes it feel like it might even be competitive is coming from Europe. Like, so I used to live in London, and they gas British fighters so much, but they be fucking bums, yo. No offense to you, but let's keep it real. There was from 2014 on, there was like a rush, like a British invasion to like the championship level. Starting with $1 Million Crawler. Y'all remember that? And then it was like AJ after him, and then a couple of guys.
AJ no bum.
It was no, not bum. But I'm saying
James the Gill.
Too many.
James the Gill. I know because Eddie. No, but you understand.
The Gill was legit. The Gill was legit.
Yeah.
Rose was legit.
Yeah. Kell Brook was legit. Yes.
Yeah.
There was quite a few though.
Not quite a few. We name it. That's everybody. Not quite a few. Fury, AJ, Kell Brook.
Carl Froch was legit.
You know how I feel about Carl Froch. We gotta go look at that.
We
gotta go look at that. We gotta go back and look at that.
We're gonna talk about it right now. There's no way Darrell no way Darrell won that. We're gonna do a live on that. Right? Darrell didn't win that fight. We're gonna talk about that one.
Yo,
that
is disgusting. I'm not even hot at the fight. Like, you guys robbed him. Okay, cool. In the UK, you're supposed to rob him. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to rob him.
Nah,
but how the fans, like, you're a legit fan. Like, you're a hardcore. You're respected. Yeah. How you could come out and say that? That's ridiculous to me, bro.
Hey, listen, it ain't no problem. You know what? It ain't no problem. Like, when we bring it up, right, on the scorecard, ain't no problem.
We gotta score it, bro.
Yeah, we score it because end of the day, end of the day, ain't no thing. When I scored that fight and you're trying to take away a man's belt, you ain't gonna win that shit on the back foot. You gotta take a man's belt.
He's not even landing punches, bro.
No, this dude was running around the ring.
Eating haymakers, bro.
All right, let me give you another one. What about Lara versus Canelo? How you score that one? Who won that one?
So I had it. That was one of those fights where I had Laura winning simply
Hell
because.
no.
Hold on. Let me.
No,
All right,
I was
so
gonna say.
the rounds that I gave to Laura were clearly Laura rounds. Out of the first 5 rounds, I think you can give Canelo 1.
My
Matter
God.
of fact, no. You can give Canelo 2, but you can also give Laura 4 out of those first 5 rounds. And what you're saying now, this is like, okay, so the first 3 rounds are hands down Laura. Period. We don't even start the argument there.
This is why I score this fight, right? Like you got one guy who's the champion, one guy challenging for your belt. The guy
that's nonsense there.
I'm telling you how I see the fight, right?
Go.
Now, I'm gonna tell you how I see the fight, right? Now I hear what you're saying. You're talking on him, looking on punches landing. I'm seeing one guy talking shit, rolled up on the man's press conference, say, "I'm gonna go take you to school Cuban boxing." If he done a Frank Sanchez, I would have been fine. Put hands on him, but you can't win a fight solely on the back foot and think you're gonna win a fight. I can't do it, bro. I couldn't do it. You came into a fight to take a man's belt and you're just looking to steal it. You ain't trying to engage, you're just trying to move, and I can't do it, man. I can't do it. People say about Mayweather, but Mayweather engages. At some point, I think Mayweather stands there with you, and
he doesn't. He does the same thing.
Yes, he does. He did it to Castillo. He did it to Pacquiao. He walks you down. These guys, you can't win a fight on the back, and that's how I scored the fight. I can't score the fight when you're on the back foot trying to steal rounds. I can't do it. And I reckon if we watch the real fight right now, by how you're thinking, you're gonna score the fight how you see it. You're still not gonna give round. I can't give a round to it. Carl Froch is the champion. Take my belt. Come to me. Look at Wilder and Fury. He came to take the man's belt, bro.
That's not even the same thing.
That's what boxing is about. No, it ain't, bro. It's like one guy
heavyweight boxing is different from the rest of boxing.
No. You had one guy.
It's not even the same as regular boxing.
You have one guy trying to take another man's belt, and
Deontay Wilder literally is not a boxer.
Bro,
Deontay Wilder stopped boxing. Deontay Wilder stopped boxing right up there.
Why did Jarrell lose to James DeGale? Jarrell, the DeGale came for him, bro.
That was a beast.
Yo, no, he ain't a beast. He came for him. He started Brian Mann doing the same thing on the back for Jarrell. See, the brother Anthony comes forward, but see, Anthony's got defensive efficiencies, so he gets hit. But the brother, he's even better than him. But the brother's he ain't got a mentality. He ain't got a mentality to come forward, bro. I can't deal with it. Like it was too negative. Is what I'm saying. It is too negative. Lara and him are too negative. Lara's all right in the middleweight division now. Lara came in the middleweight division. He knocked out some guy. I said, okay,
there were rounds. All right, so this is how I score rounds.
Go ahead.
All right, so I like body work, but I don't rate body work the same way I rate clean shots to the head and face and stuff like that. You just can't do it. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't make sense. Also, I don't rate jabs like I rate power punches. But if all you can land is jabs and the guy can't land at all, that's good enough. You know what I mean? Like if you're moving around the ring and the guy's throwing punches, you're catching him, he's missing, and you're pumping your jab, that's good. You know what I mean? That's how I saw the Lara fight. Lara is southpaw, right?
Yeah.
He's banging straight lefts. He's whipping Canelo's head. He's making Canelo miss shots. What else do you want? You want him to push Canelo into the corner?
That's what I saw, bro. So
the first 3 rounds, that's all you saw.
Nah, bro. That's what you see. This is the thing about subjective. That's why you got 3 judges. In amateur, you got 5 judges. So when you watch the fight, if that's what you saw, that's what you saw. That's not what I saw. I saw a guy right trying to steal a man's belt, bro, and you ain't getting it. You ain't getting that. Now listen to this, right? I saw Austin Trout beat Canelo, and he didn't get decision. I thought he blatantly took it, gave it to Canelo, right? Outworking him. But the only thing, he got caught with a punch and he got sing, and he had no confidence in himself, right?
Hey, he lost the fight before that knockdown, by the way. They released the
mentally. I agree with you.
No. I'm talking about on the scorecards.
No, but I ain't worried about their scorecard. When I scored it, when I scored it watching it, I thought he won the fight. I thought he outworked him. He did enough to win the fight. But when it came down to it, he fighting in boxing in the program. I realized it's a money thing. This guy sells the most tickets. He's with the top promoter. You ain't gonna get the fight. As you've seen already, this is what happens in boxing. It rarely does it happen. It's funny. Mikey thought he won because Mikey's with the Zone. He's the one selling the tickets. And Mikey thought, okay, I don't have to do that much. I'm gonna win the fight. And like Mikey's like, yo, I can't believe I won the lost the fight. Mikey's like, yo, I thought I was bringing the fight. I was pressing him. Yeah, you was, Mikey, but you was getting hit in the face as you was doing it. You know what I mean? How you going? You see what I'm trying to say to you, and you can't discount that. And I'm trying to say to you, when I watching the fight, I'm looking at landing. I'm looking at a guy's position. Mikey clearly lost the fight. And when I look at the other fight you're talking about with Lara wasn't doing enough. He was just nipping. It was no sit on his feet and done a combination and put Canelo on his back foot. I didn't see none of that. I didn't see him taking to him and say, yo, I'm taking your belt. Stand on your square. I ain't see that in the calf rush thing with Darrell. It's the same bloody thing. So I'm when I was even
more clear. It was even more clear in the Darrell fight.
Man, we go. I was gonna view it with you, but you already set in your mind. There's no point in viewing that. What you need? What's your take on what we're talking about? What you need? What's your take on that stuff? Go ahead. What you need?
Well, it's all about counter punching and making a guy miss and making him pay. So it doesn't matter if you're doing it on the back foot or on the front foot. Once you set in the trap to make a guy walk into it, that's what counts, because it's all about who's effective in the ring, who's making who's fight. So with Froch versus Darrell, that was an interesting fight because Darrell was beating him for a lot of rounds, but then coming down the stretch, as with all call Froch fight, Froch gets strong. We saw it with Jermaine Taylor. We saw it with Glenn Johnson, right? He gets strong, and boy, he starts to put the heat on you. So that was an interesting fight in that respect. To me, it was a very interesting fight. Darrell fought a very good fight as well, switch hitting and stuff. And I can't remember the fight in detail enough to tell you who won. And I can't remember my impressions of the fight from my score. So I can't really tell you. And with Canelo versus Lara, that was a very, 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 very close fight. It was a very close fight. That could have gone either way because what's his name? Lara started off really good. He was sharpshooting Canelo at the head, but then Canelo started to catch on to him, and he started to slide in on the lead side of the southpaw, and he started landing body punches. So he would make Lara pay for landing he started countering Lara a little bit too. So down the stretch now, Canelo was landing a lot of body shots. Lara was coming back sometimes in some rounds with some headshots. So it was a close fight. And if you go and you watch the punch stats, it's very, very close. It's razor close, that fight. So it's one of those things where, I mean, you may be swayed one way if you like a certain style, or you may be swayed another way. You remember judges, they may be, depending on who is the judge, they may like one thing over another, or their criteria maybe they weigh down on defense more, or one weighs down more on, effective punches, whatever, effective aggression. So it depends. It depends on who's judging what. But I thought the Canelo fight was close. The thing I had a problem with was the judge that had it wide. There was a judge that just had it ridiculously wide.
I did as well because I was so pissed off with Lara. I had it wide as well because I was so pissed off with his performance. It was I said, you ain't gonna win no belt like that. Like when he fought the what's his name again, the big tall guy, Mayweather didn't fight. The big
Paul Williams?
Guy? Yeah. When he fought Paul Williams, he took it to Paul Williams, man. That was a robbery, man. That was a blatant robbery. And then when he fought, I thought he gonna do that. He didn't do that. And I was disappointed in his performance. And I when I watched Lara, I like Guillermo Rigondeaux because Guillermo Rigondeaux breaks your orbital bone, bro. I like Rigo. See, there's certain Cubans I like. I used to like one. Hoyo Casamayora. I used to like him because he punched you.
He was rough, rugged.
He puts hands on you. Yeah. I like him. I like the way him and Corrales.
Gamboa used to be a beast as well, man.
Yeah, Gamboa was got fast. I like Corrales. Yeah, like when he fought Corrales in that first fight, Corrales tried to roll up. He said, "Yeah, all right, I'm gonna put it on you." And then Corrales caught him. He had a big swelling on his head. That shit was violent, bro. That first fight was violent. But what I'm saying is that you got different Cubans. That's why I'm a fan of Frank Sanchez. I don't give a shit. When I see what
Luis Ortiz was bad too.
He wasn't until Wilder finished him off. Now he's dead now. Wilder, yeah.
All of Europe ducked him. All of the UK ducked him.
Yeah,
they
no,
still
no,
talking.
Hey, yo, he was signed. Look, what you need? He was signed to Matchroom. He was signed to Matchroom.
Yeah.
He was signed to Matchroom fighting Bryant Jennings. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Ducks off. Get the fuck out of here.
Eddie Hearn messed him up, right? Eddie Hearn did the same thing he did to Usyk. He brought the AJ protectors in to devalue him, right? To make him look bad, bring down his stock, saying he ain't that good. And then when he got into AJ, and you want to fight, they were looking to vacate the belt. That's why AJ's mindset was, oh shit, I have to fight the guy. AJ wasn't prepared to beat that guy. Now AJ's gone to America. AJ can go all around the world. He's sifting, he's searching, because he knows the people around him and them guys, they ain't got the clue to beat this guy. They ain't got no order. He got AJ got 3 different coaches. I didn't even know that. AJ got 3 other coaches, and they're all amateurs though. They're all amateur coaches. I was like, yo, why are you being cheap, bro? AJ ain't even got a gym. You know what I mean? He goes up to Finchley in the amateur, eventually ABC amateur gym. Then he goes to Sheffield, another amateur gym. AJ don't want to spend no money on a gym. Why you got your own base? Why you bring a trainer in, live in there? Manuel Stewart got the right setup. When he got his fighters, they live with him. They cook. They watch film footage. Manuel Stewart is what you call a proper student of the game. He treats them how the amateurs are. When I'm with my amateur fighters, not only do you stay with them, you stay with them every day. You talk to them on the phone. You hear what they have to say. You need to know, get in your fighter's head to make them understand what they need to do. See, boxing is a mental game. As much as it's physical, it's a very mental game, and you need to make sure that your fighter and you believe the same thing. If your fighter don't believe in you, you bang in trouble, bro. You bang in trouble, and that's Manuel Stewart used to get the best out of his fighters to make them produce. I'll give you one of them. Vladimir Klitschko. When Vladimir Klitschko got knocked down against Samuel Peters multiple times, it was horrible performance, right? Manuel Stewart said, okay, cool, we're going back into the fight. And he said, why? Because we can beat that guy. And what he did, he made him spar over 100 rounds of sparring, competitive, to build up his endurance, build up his confidence, and build up this guy. You can work, and you see the whole difference in the rematch, man. Yo, Vladimir, he schooled Samuel Peters, and that's what boxing is about, overcoming these challenges. AJ needs some of that. AJ needs to get more sparring, pure southpaws. You ain't going to California. What are you doing that for? You need to bring the best southpaws in, busy southpaws in, wherever you can find them in, to deal with this man's style. And you need to work on that month in, month out. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be happening. If you ain't doing that, you ain't getting your belts back, because that guy is a tricky southpaw. I don't know where these southpaws will come back in boxing. It seems like the southpaws are dominating boxing. This Clegane, whatever, this Clegane Martinez. Now you got Otto Wallin. You know what I mean? Where's all these southpaws coming from? I think Josh Taylor's a southpaw. Yo, southpaws are in boxing. They're trouble. They're a problem. But hey, by the way, we got some good fights coming up in a thing. Dillian White versus Otto Wallin is going to be a good fight on a card. Oh, Hughie Fury also fought against Christian Hammer. I think he bicep tear or something like that. That was whack. You know what I mean? That was
who's bicep tear?
Christian Hammer. He got a bicep tear. Oscar Rivas is fighting on Friday in Canada, in Montreal. And we got Jerome Haney. We got this is the fight. We got Crybaby. This is what I call it. Shakir Crybaby Stevenson versus with Jamal Herring. What you guys think about that fight this Saturday? Anyone got any comments? But no one cares about it.
No. So listen, Shakir Stevenson is what we call a blue chip talent, right? So he's not gonna. If I can tell, like from footage, and a lot of people have been commenting on the like IG footage and stuff like that, it doesn't seem like Shakir Stevenson is taking this fight too serious. Like, when's the fight?
I said Atlanta. It's on ESPN Plus.
When?
It's this Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah, 23rd
he looked
October.
Really soft. He looked really soft for to be that close to the fight. It's I don't know what the odds are, but if the odds are anywhere close, like if I can put 100 down to get 50, I'll probably put 1,000 down to try to get up 500. That's what I think about.
Jamal's always preparing himself. Jamal will be ready. I don't know about.
Jamal's shot to bits, man. He's over there with Terrence Crawford's people, but I think he's shot to bits, man. I don't think he's barely got past. He bleeds all the time. He ain't confident. He's old. Shakir's supposed to walk for him, bro. You know what I mean? This is like a walkover fight for me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's a walkover. Hey, my man, my girl, she goes, Kayla, she goes, Canelo's gonna crush Plant like a bug. I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I like that. I like him. I like Caleb Plant. He another southpaw, right?
No, he's orthodox.
He's
He's
orthodox. Sweet hands. What do they call him? Sweet hands. They call him sweet hands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heron took Frampton out. Frampton was never going to win that fight, girl. You know, I don't think he was ever going to win that fight because Frampton was coming up the weight. He was eating, and he thought Heron was fragile, man. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the problem, he went with Crawford, and when Crawford's team, they put a winning mentality. That's what Joshua needs. You need a team who have a willing mentality and willing to help you out. In fact, if I was Joshua, I won't mind going to Terrence Cook, going down to Nebraska and hanging out with that team and Crawford's team because he knows how to do southpaw and stuff like that. You need a team, a competent team around you to get you the sparring you need to get you where you need to go. So, we're gonna have to
listen. There's a such thing as too good, right? Shakur Stevenson is too good for Herring, man.
Yeah, I agree.
He's also too good for Oscar Valdez. He's too good for all those guys on 130.
He's very sharp.
Yeah.
Very
so
sharp.
if you can remember Floyd moving up in the weights, there were some weight classes where Floyd was just too good. Like at 140, when he kind of started to fill out a little bit in his grown man kind of body or whatever like that. Cotto was like, you remember this. Cotto was ringside. Hatton was calling the fight.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of the boxing fight. A lot of the fans
against Arturo Gatti, right? That's the one you talking about.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, against Arturo Gatti. So a lot of the fans that were hyping that Hatton Mayweather fight, they don't remember that Hatton. I'm not gonna say he ducked Mayweather, but there was a lot of guys that didn't want to smoke back then. Cotto was one of them.
Cotto wasn't going to face him after the Bracellus fight. After that massacre, Cotto was like, "We cool."
and then at 130, at 135, he was calling out Mosley, and Mosley was like, "Hell no." Mosley ducked the shit out of him, and he ducked him 2 times. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with Shakur. Everybody knows what it is. Don't fight Shakur Stevenson. Let somebody else deal with it.
Bro, that guy's a crybaby. As soon as he get popped in his mouth, that guy's gonna cry like a girl. Listen, that guy, I don't rate him.
The lack of respect for American fighters. I don't rate
him. All he's on is like, I don't rate him. He nyah. I don't rate that. Get out of here. That guy. Now Bruce Ellis, that's someone else. Now that's something different. Bruce Ellis is about that. That guy don't play around. But when I look at Shakur Stevenson, he's still immature. He's good hitting people. He's muscular, but he's basically a baby. He's immature, and when he loses, he gonna lose the plot. I don't rate that guy, man. I look at him, I say, yeah, he American, but he needed some seasoning. And he's winning the fights he's supposed to win. But what I'm saying, Heron, you're supposed to win that. Now put him in a fight, and this is what I like. When the heavyweight division, Frank Sanchez win against Efer Jogbar. That's a fight I don't know who's gonna win. Put Shakur in a fight. I don't know who's gonna win. I guarantee he lose. What
fight is that though?
I'm just there was a
matchmake right now. You said put him in a fight.
No. I'm gonna pull it up. I don't need to. I don't need to. I could just pull up the bloody rankings and put his ass in there.
Yeah,
he was popping.
Yeah,
because
the only competition he's gonna have is up in like lightweight or super lightweight right now. Because Javante's up in what super lightweight.
All right, Miguel. Miguel Pachal. He go get Chris Colbert. I won't mind seeing that fight right there.
Chris Colbert is a good fight.
Yeah, Colbert right there. I wouldn't mind seeing them fights right there. That's the fights I want to see.
Kevin Farmer.
Because you know what? No.
It's not even a 50-50 fight. It's not even 75.
I don't care. No, listen. Chris Colbert and Shakur Stevenson have the same amount of fights. He got 16 wins. Shakur got 16 wins. Chris Colbert's got 6 knockouts. He got 8 knockouts. That's a 50-50 fight. That's what you ask me. That's the one. Or you go against Miguel Pachal. That's another fight I want to see. And who's the guy who beat Pachal? The guy who beat Pachal. What's his name? Where he at? Put that in there. Put Shakur, baby. Cry baby.
All right, hold on. EJ.
Yeah.
You're aware that Austin Valdez has been ducking Shakur Stevenson for 2 weight classes now. You're aware of this, right?
Okay, all right, cool. Don't put.
And he just got butchered by a guy. His last fight.
I'm gonna say, even
and he got popped for drugs and still got butchered.
I know about that, but what I'm saying to you is this year, these are the fight you asked.
You know, Ricky Burns against Adrian Broner, same thing. Austin Valdez is running for his life.
Man, I want to see Pachal, Chris Colbert, That's the fights I want to see. After, but
Berchelt is shot. Berchelt is shot.
Yeah. I don't know about that. We'll put him in it. We'll put him in there. I bet you gives hell to bloody Crybaby. Crybaby will be Crybaby. Crybaby.
Yo, I'm gonna make so much money.
Do you know how sharp Shakur Stevenson is? He's really sharp.
Like, y'all have no
idea.
You see this where you guys fall asleep on this. He gonna take hits, man. He don't get hit when he is though.
That don't mean
why is that?
No, because he's supposed to, because he's beating guys he's supposed to beat. I'm saying when he goes against guys he's not supposed to win, then you gonna see what's up. He gonna cry like he was crying in the Olympics. That's why they call him Crybaby. That's why they call him Crybaby Stevenson. Go ahead.
Do you know the environment that Shakur Stevenson came out of?
I don't care where he come from. He be crying in New Jersey.
Do you know who Keyshawn Davis is?
I don't care.
Do you know who Tank Davis is? Do you know who Devin Haney is? Shakur Stevenson is the best out of all of them, bro.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. When I look at Devin out, listen, let me tell you something. When I look at this guy, right, I look at what he been doing and his crybaby attitude. He got the worst attitude. He's a crybaby.
He's a hood rat.
Kid. He's an immature kid. Why? Yeah. Okay, you tell me why Andre Ward's a cool guy, right? Would you say? Why? How come he ain't talking to Andre Ward no more? How come? Why? You know why?
He can talk with him, but he doesn't have managing him.
Ain't working no more.
Managing him anymore.
No, it's like Andre Ward knows he's a waste of time, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now he went over with Jay Prince. He's a waste of time. He's a crybaby, bro. He's a crybaby. Until I see him fight.
If they ever make that Berchelt fight, I'm gonna hit you up, and I want to
knock him out. You're gonna knock out Berchelt. Y'all gonna be shocked.
No way, man. No,
Berchelt no defense.
I'm looking.
He's not gonna drop a single round to none of the Mexican fighters at 130. He's gonna knock him out at 135. He's not gonna drop a single round, bro. And I'm not trying to be racist or nothing like that, but his skill level is just so much higher.
I don't hear that bullshit. You don't hear that bullshit. All I know is when he gets touched around his jawline, then I won't see how he gonna react, because up to now, who's touched him? Who's he fought?
Shakur?
Yeah, who's he fought, right? Who's he fought?
You know he fought Terrence Crawford, right? And Terrence Crawford, he said Terrence Crawford effed him up.
You guys need to stop getting gassed up on your American guys there who ain't done nothing. You talk about Euro bums, yeah? You talk about these guys ain't that good.
Hey, what you need? This guy's exposing himself, bro.
I'm telling you, he is, bro. He's a crybaby, bro. He ain't never changed. He's still Crybaby Stevenson from the Olympics. I saw him crying like a little girl. I ain't never. Yeah. You know when I saw, Adam Morrison, right? In the finals, right? When Adam Morrison, what team was he playing for? It was playing for one team, and he was in the final. It was a Final Four, and he realized when he started crying like a baby all over. I said, "Yo, bro, this guy's mentally broke down." And I see him beating up some girl, 2 girls, and a guy in a car park, and that bullshit. Don't tell me about Crybaby, bro. Then I see him dissing Mayweather's daughter, saying she's a fuck. And I don't hear nothing about Crybaby. I don't hear nothing about him. You're
not talking about boxing, though. You're not talking about boxing.
No.
You're talking about G shit that happens in the streets. You're talking about IG and stuff like that.
I'm talking about his mental.
In the boxing ring. I
saw in the boxing ring. I saw him cry, and ain't nothing changed. All right, let me ask you a question. How many the last guy I see cry in the ring who had mental breakdowns was the guy who fought Lennox Lewis, the Atomic Cool, Oliver McCall. That's him. Yeah. That's what Crybaby is. He's Atomic Cool. He's one of them guys there. When the shit gets too hectic, he gonna cry like a baby. Until he fights competition.
I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, when he fights competition, right? Because JaVale Harry is not really competition for him. He should win that fight. Then we see what's going on. I'm waiting for him to get popped, man. EJ, you slaying him. I'm telling you, I like Crybaby. I roll with Crybaby.
He got good defense, man. He got good defense.
Hey, EJ,
Crybaby, crazy, man. I don't rate him,
bro.
Devin Haney, and Crybaby, they similar. He's another one.
They're brothers. They're like,
yo, when he gets hit, when they get hit, yo, that shit looks funny as hell. They what you call on top fighters. They look well on top. They look great on top. I'm talking about when you have to dig deep and there's no one there to pull it on them. That's what I'm saying to you. Until we see that, the jury's out. If he goes past the test that I feel, then I won't call him Crybaby. Errol Spence, right? I was dissing Errol Spence, the Natty Turner. Shout out to Natty Turner. I didn't rate Errol Spence. He beat Bundu, who was a tough opponent. I said, you know what? He's good. But then since Errol Spence in a car accident, what's been going on? You know, he looks fragile. You know, he ain't the same guy no more. You know what I mean? When he goes in top tier opponents, why is he not knocking them out no more? You know what I mean? Why is he not knocking out top tier opponents? When he was fighting them undercard guys, he beat them. He Kelbrook, but Kelbrook had an eye injury. Cool. But after that, who's he knocked out? He knocked out Lamont Peterson. So he was like a 140 guy. You ain't knocking no one out. So real talk, you don't get caught up with the hype. Let them fight.
No. You're not gonna knock out Danny Garcia. You're not gonna knock out Sean.
Why you go for it though? Why you go for it though? Why didn't you go for it though? That's what
he should have stopped Mikey.
He's the truth. He's the truth.
But that's it.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying he's
right. Go ahead. You said he should have knocked out Mikey, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only fight.
Yeah, he didn't try to.
Who has ever knocked out Mikey?
No, but he didn't try. No, but what I'm saying that he's bigger the guy. You the truth. You the killer. You go strap season, all that shit you talking. But when you get in there, you scared of Mikey. He ran for Mikey. Don't tell me that. That dude ran for Mikey.
Got some pop.
No, I don't hear that shit, bro.
Mikey has pop. Mikey has heavy
he mentally wasn't about. He was worried about his paycheck. All he want to do is go to the farm, eat and play with the chickens, play with the ducks, and that's what Errol Spence want to do right now. He was to tickle the horses' balls. That's what he's up to right now. He ain't interested in fighting no more. When he got called out by Crawford, now let's talk about the real truth. Let's talk about Bud.
I want to say this though.
Let's talk about Bud. Let's talk about Bud Crawford. He the truth, bro. You know, but let me tell you something. He gonna get tested by Porter, bro. Porter tried to play mind games with him. So Porter said to him, "Yo, we been friends," and he trying to lure him asleep. Yo, Bud said, "I don't give a shit about that. I'm gonna step on you." I said, yeah, because what people try to do in their press conferences, they try to be your friend like Usyk. They try to shake your hand. They try to kill your ass. So Bud said, no. We ain't playing that game with you, bro. I ain't playing that. I'm going to stay. And I like what Bud's mentality is like. I know what you're trying to do. I'm going to keep my mentality sharp. I'm going to beat you, and then we can be wherever after. But the fight, we all professionals. And that's what it's like. When I look at Crybaby and all them guys, yeah, you on top. It doesn't matter time before you get knocked off. And I'm going to be there with my paycheck, put my money down.
You think Shakur Stevens is going to get slapped by somebody?
No, yeah, but not by Herring. Nah, not by Herring. Someone's going to take his ass.
This guy is out of his mind. This guy's out of his mind. Yo.
No. This is good. This is good because Shakur.
Hey, by the way,
they said about Mayweather. They said Mayweather's going to get slapped. So people,
I ain't say that. I ain't never said that about Mayweather. Right?
Slapped.
I ain't never said that about Mayweather. He ain't no Mayweather. He
ain't Bud is
the real deal. Bud is the real deal.
To me, Bud is the hoax, man. Like, I follow Bud since right
Bud
before he fought.
That's a hoax.
Right before he fought Ricky Burns.
Oh, you crazy?
Listen, he's looked good in fights where he's fighting lesser opponents, but he literally has no.
Ricky Burns was the top guy in the division, bro. What you talking
about?
That.
Oh my God, bro!
Hold on. When Ricky Burns was the champion, who was better than him? Ranked better than him in the division? Broner wasn't
rankings.
Broner wasn't there at that point.
No, all right. So he was at 140 because Broner was at 135. They were both at 130. He didn't want to fight Broner. Broner moved up to 135 and called out Ricky Burns again. Called out your boy again. And guess what he did? He became a light welterweight.
Yeah,
so
I know that.
He dug Adrian Broner for 2 weight classes.
Yeah, and
then he got his jaw broke by Terrence Crawford.
No, but right? He got jaw by Beltran. I think Beltran broke his jaw. But what? Terrence Crawford?
No, he got his jaw. Beltran.
Yeah. I know what it is. I know where you is. But listen, let me tell you something. Paul Crawford is done in front of him. The fight with Gamboa was sick, right? But let me tell you something. That's why I said to you.
Gamboa is a featherweight, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But so you know me. But I like weight, you know what I mean. But he could hit himself out of the division. But what I'm saying is that he gonna get in the real test because see this fight against Porter. Porter ain't no joke, bro. Porter ain't no.
Porter's 34, 35.
No.
It's age. He's
33.
He's young, bro.
No. Porter's 34. Porter's at least 34. Or
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
but AJ,
34,
but AJ ain't got nothing to do with
Crawford
his
is
style.
Adrian Broner's like 33. Porter's like 2
Yeah.
years older than Adrian.
But what I'm saying is Bud's in a hard fight, bro. This is a hard
Oh, yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah.
Ain't no one trying to pick Sean Porter for a fight. Ain't
Fight
trying
Virgil.
if you don't need to fight Sean Porter, don't fight him. But you in a fight. It's a cross match between PBC, Fox Weather, and ESPN. And I like the fight, but that's a hard fight for him. Bud, at least Bud talking that smoke. He said, look, he wanted to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence clearly don't want the fight. You know what I mean? And clearly, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen there. But when it comes to
Spence, the problem with Errol Spence, in my opinion, is every time this dude go out to fight, he gains something right. First it was he got in an accident, smashed himself up, and now he bust up his eye.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There's always
He's falling apart, man.
Hey, by the way, you two, in the private chat, drop your emails in the private chat on the StreamYard. I need to add you to my Google group, by the way, as well. Girl, if you want to drop your Google Hangout. So I'll put I can. Yeah, I need your private. Put your email in the private chat right now. And so before we leave, so I can add you to the Google chat. So when I go live in any show, you both can jump in. Otherwise, we ain't gonna know each other. You know what I mean? VA money group. You know what I'm saying? What you need, Gelford, and everyone in the chat, y'all appreciate it. Make sure you guys if you're watching, thumbs up the video, by the way. Subscribe if you ain't subscribed. We're having a good chat. Hope you guys enjoying the entertainment. We can see we don't always agree, but we giving the entertainment on our opinions. And this is where the boxers is at the minute. Boxers in a good place. The YouTubers, we know the Jake Paul, the Logans, they don't know smoke no more. They barely got beat. Mayweather was about to beat Logan Paul's ass. Yeah, he's lucky he was shut. The rounds are short. Yeah. Jake Paul lucky against Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley was about to smoke him. He was going to smoke him.
Something? He knows how to clinch.
Yeah, he knows how to hold. He wrestler.
Yeah, he knows how to hold.
Yeah, he know that. But listen, this is the thing, right? But they know their time's short. They're about to get smoked, so they don't know part. UFC or Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey ain't there. They don't know. John Jones is on drug thing. He's their major star. So they're on the slide. So boxing in this low can take back the number one combat sport it needs to. If the heavyweight division is the best in boxing, that's what we need. Like Dillian White has got half fight Otto Wallin. Everyone gonna be watching that. The winner of that. Then we got AJ in next year, the following year, maybe I think March, going against Usyk. I mean, that we're gonna see that. Well, who put the email? Someone. Where's that? VA, you put your email in there? That was you.
That was me.
I'm out right now.
Okay. Okay, we put you in. Yeah,
it'll never happen. It'll never happen. I like your positivity and optimism, but it'll never happen. Like there's so many opposing forces, whereas you have a dictatorship.
No, they're working together now.
Nah, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Like Deontay Wilder is such a character that he's gonna get what he wants. So if he wants the Fury fight, he's gonna get it. If Fury wants to fight, if Fury didn't want to fight, so he got the Fury fight. Now the AJ
he
thing,
made sure that Fury fought him too. He got that arbitration down.
He went to court. He went to court for that third one. The AJ fight, that stuff killed us. The heavyweight boxing was coming. And that AJ fight would have did $4 million, $4 million easy.
AJ versus Wilder.
Yeah, back in 2019.
Oh man, I wanted to see that.
That shit would have killed. That shit. I would have paid $200-$300.
I wanted to see that fight bad, man. That's the fight I wanted to see, man.
But listen. The fans, like, it was so many channels on YouTube that when they realized that AJ and Wilder weren't going to fight, they deleted their channels, bro. It was at least 30 that I know of.
Yeah, but you know what?
I mean? That killed us.
No, but you think is to be fair, I don't care if they go, because to me, I'm like, I've been on this boxing thing, and I'm not just riding one guy. I'm just like, okay, this division's crap. I'm gonna jump onto another division. So if they gonna leave, then shit, goodbye. Like, don't let the door hit you on the back. Because I right now, like the lightweight division, they out here talking. Devin Haney realized that we don't get this fight and we ain't gonna make no paper. The heavyweight division is making the paper. They making mills, bro. They make, at least they're making is about $3 million every time they go out there, and $3 million going up. You can get mad money, and now the lightweight division, I don't care about you no more. So now we don't care about you. Now you talking. Now you trying to get attention. Well, boy, unless you got a date, like even Crawford right now, he realized shit. If I don't fight, You ain't no one gonna care about you. Gonna be one of them guys in history who never did. So everyone's gonna buck their eyes ears up, stop put the ego aside, put some money on the thing, and let's get that work out. Let's get that work, man.
You know, top rank is only the same way Top Rank has Terrence Bud Crawford. That's the same way the Zone has Boo Boo. They're paying Terrence Crawford to be relevant at the weight division. Terrence Crawford is a really good fighter, or so he seems. So he seems.
What? Man, the man's a former undisputed. What do you mean relevant? He's the man. He's the head honcho. He's the guy pushing the pressure. Yeah, but listen, let me say, let me ask you a question. If he goes in and knocks out, if he goes in there, and knocks out Paul, what are you gonna say? He knocks out.
I would be amazed.
Go ahead,
because it's not going to happen.
Listen,
he gonna knock him out.
It can't happen.
His intentions, his intentions is to knock him out. That's why I wrote with.
That might be nice. But it's not going to happen.
Yeah, he is. He ain't trying to go on points.
Listen, EJ. Check this out, EJ.
It's not going to happen, though.
Nah, man, it gonna happen.
Check this out. So Indongo.
Yeah.
Nah. So Indongo beat Troyansky. You remember Troyansky?
Yeah,
Trunatsky from Russia.
He unified with Ricky Burns, did he?
Yeah.
Your boy, the man, Ricky Burns. Woo, the hardcore British gangster.
That's
unified with Ricky Burns.
Yeah, but but Ndongo's going to other people's country and freaking repping. You know, that's
all right. So this is what I'm saying. So you became undisputed with Ndongo.
So what's that mean? Ndongo was the best. Like you be taking credit away from guys who went to Russia, and be a guy in Russia, came to the UK, be a guy in UK, and then went to
Troyansky just got the belt. Troyansky had just got the belt.
So what?
From the Argentinian dude.
He fought when he fought Ndongo. He fought those easy pickings. The man went there and beat him in his own town. Then he went to the UK. This guy was a road warrior. Then he goes to America and lose the bud. So what? At least the guy.
I like Ndongo. But he's not
the one. Go ahead.
I like Ndongo, but he's not a guy who gives you credibility.
No,
he's not.
No, hold on.
He's gotten stopped. He's gotten stopped twice since then.
No, I'm not doing that. You can only beat the best guy in front of you. If this guy picked up the belt, you beat him. Bud vacated the belts, right? So really and truly, he buzzed at 140, he vacated the belt. So we in there.
No,
now, Bud moves up to 140.
Your point, EJ.
Right.
What I'm saying is,
but you see, right now, Bud is in my opinion, right, over Errol Spence. Bud, even though Spence got more belts, in my opinion, Bud is the guy because Bud Pacquiao was the number one guy, right? After Mayweather left, right? And the Australian guy, the Hornet's Nest, beat Pacquiao. He whooped the Hornet's Nest. To me, he's still the guy. I thought Bud's still the guy. And Bud wanted that fight with Errol Spence for the longest. But Spence don't want that fight. He don't want that fight. So he's like, okay, you need to come off the face. Now, ESPN and PVC and Fox, they're making. So listen to this. I'm going to put this right here. When he knocks out Sean Porter, they're gonna have to make Errol Spence. Yeah, he's gonna knock out Sean Porter. He's gonna stop him. I'm gonna put money on him.
I hope Sean Porter doesn't stop him. I hope he doesn't stop him.
Nah. Sean Porter gonna stop Bud?
If that happens, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna say Sean Porter's the truth. He's a Hall of Famer because now you go look at his resume. He fought everyone.
Because Sean Porter ain't known as a hitter quitter, so that would be weird.
Yeah, Bud ain't get hit in the face for a minute, and Sean can hit, right? Sean can hit, so
he can hit
we can see on that fight. We're gonna see that. I'm gonna call it a day though, but we be japping. I added you both to the hangout. You know what I mean? So you're locked in now. When I go live, when you go live, or Money goes live, put your YouTube in. We'll jump on your hangout. We support you and stuff like that. And that's what the box is about right now. You know what I mean? Getting to the truth. We don't always agree, but we're gonna have a great discussion and we're gonna talk it. Oh yeah, your internet cut off. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Your PC cut off. That's all right. Money. Well, we end of the day, we're gonna have a great discussion. Yo, Dan the man, what you need, always around, always a pleasure. Hey, what you need, tell them where they at, where they can find you, bro.
And what you need on YouTube.
There you go. His name's right there for you. Go and subscribe, give him some views, go over there, support my man because he's been dedicated from the time I know him. How long I've been knowing you now? What year I've been knowing you for?
About 2011.
11. That's 11, right? We're in 2021 now. So that's a good, that's 10 years. What you need, even laid it out. We even had arguments, breakups, and everything.
Oh yeah.
We had everything, but we see when we come together, the bottom is to feel the pure love of the sport. And what you need, listen, you be out there. I see your videos out there. You be laying it
long videos.
Yeah, you be laying it down, bro. Talking the boxing ish for a minute. And look, and like I said to you, where we are in a minute, we're in a good place in boxing. We saw some great fights, some good memorable fights. I ain't even talking to Charlo, but I think the Charlo brothers are one of the most entertaining fighters, brothers in boxing, and they ain't get enough. They ain't even get enough support. You know what I mean? Both of them had exciting fights. One of them became undisputed. The other one was in a great fight with Montiel's brother, Fernando Montiel's brother. That was a great fight. But bro, Fury and Wilder has eclipsed everything. Fury and Wilder's fight is clearly right now.
I've never seen a heavyweight fight like that. Never. Ever.
Fight of the year. That's fight of the year right now. Right now is the fight of the year. You know what I mean? How Wilder came back. People who talk about Wilder with no respect, they have to put some respect on his name. Put some respect on his name. By the way,
have you ever actually seen those two guys? Have you ever met them in person?
Yeah, I saw Wilder outside the hotel. I didn't actually talk to Wilder. I've talked to Fury.
How tall is Wilder?
Wilder's 6'7". He's a tall guy. He was angry. He was angry because Tony Bellew disrespected him after the presser. So when he was walking to his hotel and that. And the Alabamians, they were angry, you know, the way they got disrespected. You know what I mean? And then the next day he watched the AJ and Klitschko fight. He was ringside. Was the AJ? He was commenting. He was hoping that, you know, AJ was gonna fight him next. You know what I mean? But Adam Smith asked him then. AJ and Eddie Hearn were going on funny because I think he was supposed to come down for the Parker fight. Because remember, Wilder went to the Parker fight and Parker went to AJ. So Wilder wanted to come ringside for that fight. And Eddie Hearn and them said, you can't come ringside, you can't. Because Wilder said he wanted to come into the ring. And AJ said, we don't want you in the ring. You know what I mean? So Wilder said, I ain't coming then. So that's why, that was legit. Yeah, Wilder wanted to come into the ring and offer out Wilder, but Eddie Hearn said, "No, you can't do that." So Wilder said, "I ain't coming then," because he didn't like the way he was disrespected. He was going to come because after Parker, he won the bout with Parker. There was only one person left. That was AJ, right? Because Klitschko, he worked Klitschko, WBA, IBF, Parker, WBO. He picked the WBO, but Wilder wanted to come in the ring and say, "Yo, what's up?" And then Eddie Hearn said no and stuff like that because Eddie Hearn was the one blocking the fight. You know what I mean? I think AJ didn't want the fight. At that point, AJ was calling out Fury, who at that point wasn't even fighting. You know what I mean? Why are you calling out Fury? So AJ, he
didn't want it.
Yeah, but you didn't want it. Now you got Usyk beating you. So AJ just let this guy come in and say, but you could have a mega fight with Wilder and then a trilogy and for undisputed. You know what I mean? That could have happened. And then Fury probably would have sat there. And then after that, you could have got Fury. That would have got Fury. Fury would have lost at that point because I think Eddie Hearn wasn't going to give Fury no warm-ups. So, you know, that's how that
and he was coming out of a long layoff and he was
Eddie, unlike Wilder allowed Fury to get some fights in, you know what I mean? Because they were trying to pick him for a bum. But you know, at the end of the day, that's how boxing is. You know, Fury was too smart, too wild, you know what I mean? Because AJ wanted Fury off for a year and then that fight fell through, so they took the Wilder fight. So that's what it is. But right now, Fury is the top heavyweight in the world in regards to America and the UK. Everyone's got Fury number one. That fight was one of the fight of the year. So Fury's the man. Too sweet. He's the guy, the head honcho of the heavyweight division. And we're gonna see what he's gonna do. We're gonna see what he do. He still hasn't sold out a stadium in the UK, by the way. No, but I think he could. I think he could right now on the back of what he did. I think he can. But Fury's he's a recluse though. When he comes to UK, he doesn't really like
traveler. He's a gypsy. Do you guys even respect him over there? Do you?
No, they don't. Not really. They don't. And then also, he lives in the house. He lives in a house. He don't live in a trailer. Like they posted.
He used to live in a trailer, right?
Yeah, he used to live in a trailer. The community where he's at, they don't kind of film because he don't live in a trailer no more. He lives in a house. You know, pay rent.
When I was over there, they did respect Fury. Actually, one of the British guys that I work with, he called it. He called the fight.
No. You're talking about Fury was gonna.
Huh?
Nah, you talking about the boxing crowd, bro. I'm talking about people in general who don't respect travelers. They
Oh,
don't like
Gypsy,
I
travelers.
mean,
They don't like travelers, bro. I'm trying to tell you,
he
I
said
know
some shit. He said
people
some
don't like
like some homophobic stuff,
yeah, that's
and they
what I'm.
try
There
to
you go.
cancel him type.
There you
Yeah,
go. He said gay people are sin. He said all that shit. The regular people don't like travelers in the UK. So if you
yeah,
notice, right?
yeah.
Since you come over here, where's the celebration parties? Where's the open carriage? You ain't seen that yet. Where? How come that ain't happened
Nah,
yet? You know what I'm saying? Hey,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. If he was in America, he would have got
Because they're
that bread.
liberal over there. They're like real liberal over
No, they
there.
don't like no travelers. Don't pay no rent, man. They don't pay no bills, no utility bills, bro. They don't like that shit. But Fury does now, and he don't want to put that out there. So he don't want people to know that he lives in a house. So that's why he don't know what to know. So he go to America and talk that ish, but in the UK he keep his backside quiet. Why you ain't seen no celebrations, bro? Where's those? When AT come back, you know you see all that joint all over his Facebook. All you see is Fury in his house talking shit with his belly out. Innit? That's what you look on his thing. All you see him is belly out. You see him running around talking shit, sweaty and shit. You know what I mean? You know, be drinking alcohol, playing. Yo, crazy, yeah. I like Fury, but shit, his lifestyle. Yo, when he playing them country music, oh man, I can't take. I knew he was gonna sing after that, but I turned that shit off, man. I turned that shit off.
Yeah, I remember. I was watching you live, and you're like, "Oh, he's gonna sing, is he? He's gonna sing. Oh, he's gonna sing it. I ain't gonna watch that shit." And he cut it off.
I don't hear that shit. You won't kill my. I don't want to hear that shit. Like when he ain't boxing, I want to hear him. Don't want to smell him. Don't want to see him. I don't care. Like you know what I mean. Wilder be talking that mad shit. I'm a king. I'm the warrior. Shut your ass up, bitch.
Hey,
I love them.
well,
I love them for the character though. These guys really bring
Yeah,
excitement
they are
to
characters.
boxing. You know,
Yeah,
they've
they
got
are
that entertaining
Yeah.
nature about them that makes boxing exciting.
Yeah, they do. They're entertaining. Well, AJ's a bit passive, a bit boring.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But as I met AJ. AJ's a guy who thinks a lot. You know what I mean? He likes to think a lot, likes to philosophize. He needs a whole program to train for people. So I don't know what he's gonna do now because AJ's just there, lost. He looked lost like a puppy. He's here. He's
hey,
there.
he's finished too, man. He's finished.
I think he should retire.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Nah.
He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. What's the
Yeah,
point?
it's not. He's got too much money. It's not worth what he's gonna lose.
Yeah,
He
literally.
right now, I think he likes a challenge. So he's working on some way to beat this guy. He doesn't know how exactly, but
Yeah.
he's working
See,
on it.
hey, look, Gail said it. He lives in Nevada. See, there you go. He lives in because Bob Arum's got a gym in Vegas. He lives in Vegas. That's what I'm saying. That's that in America. It suits him better in America because America they like him. You know, he's free thinking in America. In England, like you know, he's got that stigma of being a traveler. In America, they don't give a shit about no shit. They don't give a shit about that shit.
No. So in America, you can't play that. I'm a this and I'm a that. Like America, he's a white guy. That's it. We don't have a concept for like so in the UK. There's a beef. There's a beef.
Yeah, we do. We put people in categories, and you know,
there's like a beef between white people, white British and Poland. No. I'm trying to put it in perspective for what you need. In the UK or in London, my experience, there's a beef between white Brits and Polish. In America, we won't know the difference. You know what I mean? When I was there watching that shit, I was like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" But there's an actual thing. Like Polish people are different than British people.
You know why?
You know why? UK people and then there's British people.
Because the Polish people,
but in America we don't have that. In America we don't have that.
No, in England you have that because like the Polish people over here, they be doing like all the labor work, right? And the British people, they do it really good. And the British guys, they be like, "Yo, you taking on work," so they got a problem with them. So the English people, they have the problem with it. But you see, the thing is, even in white societies, they have their beefs and stuff like that. It's just that it ain't out there like that. They're not gonna remember their beefs are not to the point where they're gonna kill each other. I mean, that's what I'm talking about here. So even though they have disagreements, they ain't no one killing each other. Where America is like, yo, you guys take it to the extreme, yo. You ready to throw hands? You ready to call someone out their name? And you gonna take it to the level.
White groups don't beef in America because they all are white. You know what I mean? That's like
it depends on your economic status, right? There's trailer parks.
Yeah. There might be like an economic beef where, like you know how like the people from white trailer parks. They're just not pleasing to be around. So white people have that beef, but it's not you're Polish or you're Italian.
Yeah,
That's not what they do.
but this is
out
the
here,
this is the thing. This is the thing. Girl said, "Look, Fury's totally at home in Vegas, 100%." And he may have relocated to Vegas as well. Vegas is all accommodating. Larry Holmes had most of his big fights in Vegas. Because you bring all the money in the casinos, they make money off you. And Fury brings that. He brings a casino, so he's gonna have a ball of a time, whooping Wilder's ass. But let's see if Fury can continue the wagon. But the bottom line is that entertainment. If
how
you're the
disrespectful is this guy going to be to American fighters?
I ain't gonna lie. Boxing is the end. Boxing in a nutshell is entertainment. As long as we break down their money and everything like that, when we watch that shit, we come back. I enjoy talking to you guys. Look, you guys, where you at, VA? I'm in London. Where you at, VA? What part of America you at, VA?
Oh, Virginia. That's what VA
Virginia.
stands for.
Oh, VA. Virginia. That's what Alan Iverson was from, Virginia. He relocated from Virginia after they tried Hampton. He relocated.
Yeah, 757. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. They think you have to leave that.
That's where he's from. That's where he's from. He didn't relocate to there. That's where he's from.
I know. I think things from Virginia as well. I think white chocolate as well. I think he was from VA as well. White chocolate.
No, he's from West Virginia. That's a whole different
thing. And another one was I think the football player. I think was Michael Vick from VA as well?
Yeah, we got Bruce Smith from Norfolk, Michael Vick from Newport News, Cam Chancellor from Norfolk.
Wow, man,
There's so many of them. Like, there's a lot of those
Norfolk,
guys.
Virginia, man.
Virginia. Pernell Whitaker from Virginia as well. For real, that.
He was big down here too, man.
Yeah. What you need? Where you at? You're in the Caribbean, right? Where you at?
Trinidad.
See, he's in Trinidad. You see what I'm saying? So you got a worldly view from boxing from all over the world coming together here from the UK. You guys
ain't got no fighters though.
Who's that? Who?
Yeah, they have a couple.
He go Trinidad. He go feed.
Yeah, had Axeman. Axeman quit against Lomachenko. He's from Jamaica.
No, Axeman is Jamaica.
He's Jamaica.
Yeah, but that's Caribbean. Then we say
Trinidad don't need to fight.
Trinidad is
cool people, man.
We had Claude Noel. And we had Leslie Tiger Stewart.
Yeah, Leslie Tiger. Yeah, Leslie. Yeah, he was a light heavyweight, right? Leslie was light heavyweight. Yeah, he was bad.
Marvin Johnson. He beat Marvin Johnson.
Felix Trinidad. Felix Trinidad's name is Felix Trinidad. You know where he's from? Originally even though he's in Cuba, from Puerto Rico, his parents are from Trinidad. That's where he got the last name, bro. So all that.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah,
is that true?
Did you know that Teofilo Stevens, he was born in Jamaica, and his parents vacated. Because remember, in the Caribbean, they moved to Cuba. They moved to Cuba.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. So in the islands, they move around. Yeah, he's
we move around. That's
from
true.
Trinidad. Of course, they originally from Trinidad, so they got the name from, bro. Trinidad. So what I'm saying is that in them areas, they all kind of the island boys. They all kind of rep there. But what I'm saying is this: you give a world of perspective of boxing and how we perceive things and stuff like over in the UK. Fury, because of some of the stuff that, the way the UK people think, he ain't got a thing. But AJ, you see AJ? People love AJ out here, bro.
Yeah, they love
in America.
Let's talk about the biases, right? So
I ain't sure about that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. I'm just talking. Yeah. I'm about to wrap up. But what I'm saying is that AJ is overly warmly loved in the UK because he comes with that kind of clean cut corporate look like that. But in America, shit, they ain't like that. They like that tobacco smoking John Wayne, kick your ass. I'ma take names and stuff like James Toney shit. So Fury reps in that. And at the end of the day, you gotta go where you're loved. That's the way I see it in life. You go where you're loved and where you're appreciated. That's the way I see it in life. And the boxers have to go where they're loved as well. I like the way Wilder was fighting against Fury. Told him, you cheated. I ain't give you no respect. But you know what I mean? But the next breath is like, okay, people gonna put a letter out to make everyone cool. We okay. But I like that. I don't believe Wilder's on that. Wilder's like, there was rumors about Malik ain't training no more. What's that guy's name again? I think that guy Slim Shady or Shady Slim, whatever. Came out a video said. Yeah, no, he said he ain't with Malik no more. Malik ain't training no more. I think he's lying. I think he's clickbaiting just to try and get attention. But I think Malik done okay with Wilder. I think he done the best he can. Because Wilder's quite ignorant. You can see he's a quite ignorant and stubborn
bro.
Yeah, but you know what? Anything.
I think he's headstrong and he's when he's convicted of something, he's gonna do it.
You believe it. But you see when you got people like bro. You got people lying in your ears telling you, you use the gloves. Why? You see, George Foreman did the same thing when Ali beat him. He wanted excuses, and you can't be doing that, bro. Let's tell the truth, man. You know what I mean? But hey, Mikey lost on the weekend. He got excuses. Hopefully, Mikey come back. That Sandor Martinez. Hey, congrats to him. Hopefully, he gets a big fight and we see him on a big platform. Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. I look forward to seeing that. Dillian White, Otto Wallem. We want to see that. On the weekend, we got Crybaby Stevenson versus Jamal Herring. We all, hey, you guys make sure you come back, girl. You can jump in the panel with that one as well. You know what I mean? Hey, we're gonna go on the box of voice. I'll make sure. VA, you got a channel?
No, I don't have no channel.
All right, you just jump on my joint. That's all right, right?
Yeah.
We gonna cover all that stuff there. Dan the Man, if you ain't, make sure you subscribe to Dan the Man channel. Malik, what's it? Malik was what you saying? Malik was a dead honest. Yeah, he was dead honest. Yeah, when he went wrong about things. Yeah, he came out and made Wilder. He came out and helped Wilder's
He made that apology and shit.
image. He went help with Wilder's image. For real, he did. Because he ain't on that bullshit and shut that shit down about them excuses, bro. You know what I mean? I want to hear about that long count. I don't care about no long count because Wilder had an opportunity to whoop his ass again.
What long count?
When Fury went down, there's a long the referee was more. Yeah, exactly. I counted it when he went down. I think Fury got up at 9. I think at 9.
It doesn't matter. It's not about seconds.
Exactly.
It's about
but that's what people can't take it. Their king was lost.
Wilder doesn't do that 10-second shit anyway. When Wilder finishes you,
I think people
it's
come out
completely over. Like Wilder complaining about 10 seconds is bullshit.
You know, when I was boxing, there's a lot of things happen in boxing, right? There's a guy called Junior Jones, right? And Junior Jones was undefeated, right? He lost his first fight to a Mexican guy. Now, in that fight, No. Junior Jones was up. No, it was Aaron Matt. You check it on BoxRec. Junior Jones was up and coming. They say it was like Hitman Hans. He lost the fight. The reason what happened, how this fight happened, the guy knocked him down. His knee was on the canvas, and the guy hit him while his knee was down, and that messed him up the whole fight. He never really recovered. He lost the fight on points, right? It was a massive upset, right? The next fight out, I think it was another fight. He was fighting a guy, and the guy hit him again after the bell. The referee, I think it was a low blow or something. He got fingered. Then they threw him into the Barrera fight. He was supposed to lose. Man, he came back.
Barrera.
Yeah, man, he came back and beat Barrera's ass twice. You know what I'm trying to say? So, Junior Jones he never complained. The guy never complained. He just and took that shit and said, "Okay, I'm gonna get you back." And when we hear this complaint, that's some soft ass shit, bro. I want to hear that shit. With Wilder, I was disappointed, but it didn't. I said, "Okay, I understand what you're going through. You can't accept you lost. I understand, but okay, you got the rematch. Let's make it now. No excuses. You know what I mean?" But Fury wanted him to say, "I've never cheated in my life." But whatever for Fury, I don't care. Like, ain't no one care about this shit. No. You gave us what we wanted. You gave us a good fight. And we're going to move on in life. You know what I mean? Wilder can sit there and complain if you want. But really and truly, we ain't going to sit there. Wilder, we want to see what you do. Wilder, is you going to come back? Are you going to retire? Is AJ going to retire? You know what I mean? We have to see how it is.
I want to see Wilder against some other fighters, man. He's so exciting for the sport. He's very exciting.
Yeah.
Wilder's almost finished, though. He's almost finished, man.
He's 35, 35 now?
Physically. Like, so what he was able to do against Tyson Fury, if this fight would have taken place 5 years ago, Wilder would have finished. He would have stopped Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I think his punching power is overrated to the point where I say
he broke his hand.
No. Listen. I tell you why I think it's overpaid. Against elite fighters, like against OTs. Okay, OTs. We don't know if he was elite, but against elite fighters like Fury, you as you've seen. You need more than punching power. You need more than punching power. You need work rate. If Wilder had work rate, if Wilder had good work rate and accuracy, then it would have been different. But Wilder relies on his one thing. He don't invest like Fury. Fury's got work rate. He got good stamina. He knows how to recover. He knows how to work inside. He's very all round.
Wilder's actually knocking out Fury. Like Fury's hitting the
in the first fight, you get a different referee. Maybe Fury lays out, and we don't even have this discussion. But the bottom line is that when you see a man get up, your job is to put him back in the dirt straight away. Why are you letting him get away?
That's the thing. He couldn't do that.
Hey, trust me. Deontay Wilder understands this. That's why when you hear that 10-second bullshit, that's all bullshit. Like, I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't hear no excuses. Wilder does not do this end of the scorecards and the judges and all this boxing shit. Wilder, all his whole career has gone without that, except for Remains to Burn, the first fight. And that was a wash because he was beating the hell out of us to burn. Yeah. So Wilder has never had a boxing fight. He's only had knockout fight. That's it. That's what makes it so crazy that you say his power is overrated.
He's overrated.
He's knocked out everybody. Like,
But
dog, listen.
yeah,
He's knocked out everybody.
He knocked down everyone.
Everybody.
But listen to this. He knocked them down, yeah. But what I'm saying to you is that
out.
No, hold on.
You have to stop the fight.
Why Fury keep getting up then? Why Fury keep getting
Because
up?
he just wakes up from the dead.
He's a dope fiend.
Bullshit, bro. I get.
You ever seen a dope fiend get tasered?
Yeah. When you get stunned, right? When you get tasered, you get stunned.
You ever seen a dope fiend get tasered? You ever seen a dope fiend get tasered?
Yeah, when they drop dead.
When dope fiends get tasered, when dope fiends get tasered, they're not affected. They're not as adversely affected as.
So he's a dope
fiend. If you taser me, I'm gonna hit the ground and I'm gonna convulse. If you taser a dope fiend, he's gonna beat you up. That's what happens.
You know what? He probably did. But what I'm saying, when I mean these powers overrated, I mean in terms of like. Against you see what I'm saying. This is what I said about Shakur Stevenson. You can only grade people against elite fighters. So against elite fighters, he knocked Fury down. But Fury got up and now boxed him even better. You imagine that he knocked him down and Fury even boxed you even out better than the first time. So, but that's what I'm trying to say against elite fighters. So against elite, my
correction is. This is not just an elite fighter.
We talk about elite, right? AJ.
This is not just an elite fighter.
Hold up. Elite AJ. No. AJ. Usyk, Fury. These are what you considered elite.
This guy is crazy.
Yeah, but you knock down AJ, you knock him out.
No, but listen. What I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say.
He get knocked out.
No, listen. What I'm saying, he could knock them down, but these guys and remember, Wilder's. This is what I'm saying. Wilder's expected to win these fights. The fights you're not expected to win, these are the ones where you see. This is why Errol Spence weren't knocking no one out. Because the guys you're not supposed to knock out, you ain't knocking them out, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Because these guys, remember, to knock someone out, this guy has to say, you know what, I don't want it no more. But these guys are
Andy Ruiz is an elite fighter?
Yeah, he is.
What makes him an elite fighter?
Let me give you something. AJ, everything says that point. Every AJ hits goes down, right? Eventually, AJ finished you off. So what happened with Ruiz when he got knocked down by AJ? He came up like a bitch ass, put AJ's bitch ass down. That's what he showed you. This guy can take a punch. AJ can hit, right?
What about Justin Parker? Is Justin Parker elite?
No, he ain't elite. Hell no, he ain't. He a bitch. That's what he a bitch. Dylan White. Yeah, he a bitch. When he got knocked down by Dillian White, that guy was on his back for. He wasn't no part. Like, hey, listen, I'm trying to tell you that Wilder's power against elite opponents is not all that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So Wilder versus Brazil lasted how many rounds? It lasted like a couple rounds.
But Brazil was not elite. Brazil, look, he already got knocked out by AJ.
Yeah, he has elite endurance though. He can take punishment. Brazil
I agree with you, but I get
known for his ability to take punishment.
I agree with you, but when he got
what I'm saying, my point is this: Wilder's power doesn't give a shit.
No,
you know what I mean? Wilder steamrolled this guy.
Hold on. Would you say Brazil was elite opponent? No, would you say that?
Back in the day, they had this guy named George Shuvalo, right? This guy, George Shuvalo, is not a top fighter, but he was able to move around.
Chuvalo?
But George Shuvalo was a good. He
never got dropped. Yeah, he was not a great fighter. But guess what?
He beat a lot of guys. Hold on. George Shuvalo, you talk about the golden age in the 70s. He beat a lot of good heavyweights. He got names on his resume.
He's solid.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying about Brazil, I'm talking about elite. So again, I said Fury. There's only when you talk elite and heavyweight, it's only a few so far as I know.
Brazil beat some guys too.
I put Ruiz in there because he took AJ.
Brazil beat some guys too.
No. Listen, bro. He's not elite. He got knocked out twice.
With the exception of AJ, Brazil beat better guys than Ruiz.
Bro, he's been knocked out twice. He's not elite, bro. I'm talking about elite.
With the exception of AJ. With the exception of AJ, Brazil beat more better guys than Ruiz.
Listen to me. Who did Ruiz beat? Who's Ruiz beat?
He's beat.
Who did Ruiz beat? Who's Brazil?
Areola.
Brazil, right? Ruiz beat AJ.
That's it,
right?
bro.
AJ's elite, bro. AJ's elite. You understand what I'm saying to you? You're not listening. So there's no argument here. Until you're elite in that thing. Ruiz, AJ.
He stopped AJ. Listen.
I ain't arguing. This is a waste of time arguing. You're not listening. Yeah? When Wilder goes against these guys, Yeah, he ain't knocking them out, right? He ain't knocking them out. I'm trying to tell you. These guys
You're
here,
choosing to not respect Wilder, bro.
hold up, man.
You're choosing to not respect Wilder. Listen. I bet money on boxing. Check this out. AJ will not win another top level fight again in his career.
I don't care about
He
that.
might even get stopped. The next time he fights Usyk, he might even get stopped.
I don't care about that.
Unless I see him coming in 250 pounds, juiced up with that D-ball shit that's legal in the UK, and you know what I'm talking about. Unless I see him doing that shit, he's getting knocked the fuck out by every top-ranked fighter that there is. He's getting knocked the fuck out by Tyson Fury. He's getting knocked the fuck out by Wilder. He's getting knocked the fuck out by Dylan White.
Too much swearing on my channel, by the way. My
channel,
sorry. You can't swear. So let me go back to what I said. Now his power is not elite in terms of knocking out elite opponents, and that's where I'm at. That's it. You can't. And the only way you can disprove of me is when I say when he goes against another elite opponent.
You want triangulation?
Yeah. I know. I wouldn't know it. He put me if he goes against Ruiz, if he goes against Joe Joyce, and then other guys there and knock some of my guys, then maybe I look it. But he definitely knocks a lot of guys down. But I'm talking about knocked out, bro, cleaned out. You know, you can't even walk, bro. Against them bums, he does that. He ain't doing that to AJ. He ain't gonna do that to.
He's not gonna do it to AJ.
He ain't gonna do it
to AJ.
Fury.
So AJ has a chin, right? So AJ, he's not gonna do that to AJ because AJ can take this power. Yeah. AJ can take Deontay Wilder's power. Can Wilder take AJ's power though? No.
That's what I'm saying to you. There you go. So where we are. That's where we at. That's why I said that's why it goes again about elite. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They can possibly knock out each other or not. But what I'm saying to you, you have a fight. You have a good fight. Anyway, I don't know enough, man. There's a waste of time. That one. I don't know why you even probably get into that one there. All right, what you need? Appreciate it. My man VA money. Now what VA means Virginia. Was it Virginia? That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Virginia. Money group. Yeah. What's up? What is it money group though? Who else is there? Who's in your group?
No, it's just me. I just like the name. Yeah.
That's a good
name. It made me sound like a boss here.
Hey, I'm gonna just call you money, man. I'm just call you money from now, bro. It's not money. It's easier, bro. VA money, bro. That's it. Hey, I really appreciate the debate going back and forth. Gail, really appreciate everyone in the chat. Hope you was fully entertained. Subscribe. Make sure you give me the thumbs up, and we will catch you on the next one. There ain't no point doing the Darrell versus Frost because my man money already know which way he gonna go. He ain't gonna change his stats, so we ain't gonna waste our time on that one. But what we can do,
he just ducked me.
Yeah.
We've been trying to watch this fight for 2 months now. But I don't think we'll have to do it tonight, though.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I tell you what we do. We can do on What You Need channel because What You Need, we can bring on What You Need. What You Need to pull out. He don't mind doing that. But I tell you what we're gonna do next week though. We definitely gonna cover Crybaby. We're gonna cover Crybaby. We're gonna see him cry. We're gonna see him. We're gonna cry. I got him.
Crybaby.
Yeah,
Crybaby Stevenson. That's his name. Crybaby. If I met him, why you call me Crybaby? You know why I call you Crybaby. You know why I call him Crybaby. Crybaby Stevenson. I like Crybaby, but we gonna have to see that. But anyway, man.
All right, just because of you, I'm gonna put $1,000 on Crybaby, right?
Oh, what Crybaby gonna beat Jamal Henry.
You know the odds? What's the odds?
Nah, he's a favorite, bro. You ain't gonna make no money off that, man. You gonna make no money. I'm talking about when he fights other guys he ain't supposed to beat. I'll let you pick the fight. Hey, listen, I'll let you pick the fight. And I'll bet money on it. Beltran and Chris Corbin, I like them fights there. Like I don't know if they're gonna.
He has to fight Oscar next. If he gets the belt, they're gonna unify next. They're with the same
that's a good fight. I like Oscar Valdez. I like that fight. I think
I'll let you pick the money.
I think he beats Valdez though. But Valdez is too.
He beats Valdez all of a sudden. You hear what you need? What did you say like an hour ago?
Yeah, he beats Valdez, but he beats Valdez. Come on, Valdez is.
No, but what did you say an hour ago?
I don't rate. Listen, Belcher. You know what I say, Belcher? Because he's taller and he's longer. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna take this $1,000. I'm gonna put it on the Herring fight, and then after I cash out, I'm gonna put it on the Valdez fight. And then after I cash out, whoever else is next, if it's Burchell, we'll put on that fight.
Hey, listen,
I'm not gonna lose. I'm not ever gonna lose. If I bet money on Shakur Stevenson, I'm not ever gonna lose at 130.
Until someone I feel can step in the division and whoop his ass, and there's no one there right now. There's no he right now. Exactly. He stands alone. He stands alone. But what I'm saying is that right now he's supposed to win. But like I said in boxing, your belly gonna get big. You gonna wait. So you gonna stay in them silk sheets, and you gonna lose if you're not in it. He should move up. Like the competition, to be fair, is up division in super featherweight. There's better competition up there. I don't know if he's gonna move up because he's quite big. You know what I mean? But Crybaby,
he's very big.
Crybaby gonna win for now. But the moment he loses, you're gonna see them tears. I'm just letting you know. I've been waiting. I got my bucket to catch them tears. Right?
You talking about when he won the silver medal?
He received the silver medal. Yo, you seen it? Yo, crab. Yo, I can't believe I won. Yo, sniveling.
4 years ago, bro.
I would laugh my head off. Crybaby shit. I want to see that shit.
That's why you call him Crybaby.
Why you hate him so much, man?
Nah, man. Roy Jones, yeah, was crying when they didn't give him his medal. He put a towel over his head and he hid it because he don't want people to see him cry. He don't want people to see him. If Crybaby did that, I'd understand. But this dude was just out here.
You know Shakur takes care of his family, right?
Who's that? Roy Jones?
No, Shakur.
I don't hear that shit. I ain't down in the blue. I just say he's a crybaby when he loses. That's what I said. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna say he a bad loser, bro. That's all I'm saying. Choose the mentality.
You think so?
Yeah, he's an awful loser, bro. He one of the worst losers in boxing. All right, man. Yo, you guys take care. Everyone, peace out, man. Peace.
All right, man.
All right, guys.